Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto has the power of Sharingan and council bashing. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Hakureisaiga and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1, Feeling the Power of the Moon. A bestial roar cried out in the night. On the night of the 10th of October, the Kyuubi no Kitsune was released from its own host, Kushina Namake's Nei Uzumaki, due to her weakness at childbirth and Madara Uchiha's meddling affairs. Her secret husband, Minato Namake's, faced off with the beast with his summon, Gamabunta, the Toad Boss. He shared one last look at the dark-haired indigo-eyed boy in his arms. I am sorry, little one. I know that I am being selfish, but I can't afford to seal the Kyuubi within my own daughter, Takiko. I fear that man and Madara Uchiha will come at Takiko's childbirth to take it, but it will be much harder to take it from you, Naruto. Then Minato turned to look at the Kyuubi and said, I am sorry, Kyuubi-san, but it is time to go back to where you belong. Shiki Fujin. There was a brief flash of light and both Minato Namake's and the Kyuubi no Kitsune were dead physically, but a piece of Minato's spirit along with the Kyuubi were sealed inside of the newly named Naruto. As Naruto grew up, he became aware of the hatred surrounding him fairly quickly. For 6 years, he was forced to endure poisonings, beatings, hate-filled glares, attempted murder, vandalism of his apartment. Most of them were organized by the ANBU Black Ops leading by Inu, the Uchiha clan, some of the Chunin, and the worst of them all, Kushina Namake's. On the eve of his 7th birthday, Naruto began to do his yearly running away from the mob. The boy had already suffered scars from his past mob attacks, considering that they used everything that would keep the scars permanently. His prominent ones were the Roman numeral of the number 9 scar just below his collarbone, and the large cross scar on his abdomen. Idiots can't seem to figure out the difference between a kunai and a scroll. Naruto thought as he ran away. It is all that old man's fault. He just had to tell the damn civilian council, the ninja, and especially the wife of the person who sealed the Kyuubi inside of me. The boy dodged a thrown kunai that embedded itself into the wall he was previously at. The cries of Kyuubi and murderer was heard behind him, increasingly getting closer and louder, ringing throughout the courtyard. Hardly the ANBU helped his misfortune. Only 4 of the ANBU he could trust: Kuma, Itachi, Nico, and Ukami, and unfortunately, they were led by their commander, Inu. It just so happened that they were on duty once again. Damn it, they are getting smarter. Bet Inu team told how to get past the maze. I need to ugh, Naruto said as he panted hard. His monologue was stopped abruptly due to the fact that 2 kunai were thrown and lodged into Naruto's back, causing the young kid to fall to the ground hard. Arg damn, Naruto said as he reached behind him to yank out the kunai in his back and take out the tanto and kunai in his legs while the mob surrounded him. Any last words, demon? One of the Chunin said with a sneer on his face. Naruto backed up to the wall and replied, yeah, a few things. 1, you all are idiots, and 2, I hope that you all rot in hell. The Chunin raised his kunai and Naruto watched as the kunai descended on him, but it bounced off with a loud clang. What? The Chunin said as he tried again and again. This time Naruto peered and caught the outline of the thing protecting him. It was a weapon, a shield. He reached forward to grab it, and then he noticed that there were lances and other weapons were surrounding him. It is the Kyuubi. The mob backed up as the Jinchuriki thought to himself, what power is this? Is this the Kyuubi's power? Naruto let go of the shield, and it returned in place with the others as Naruto confirmed, no, it is not the Kyuubi's power. If it was, then the ANBU would be on me. It is my power and mine alone. Naruto glared at the mob and shouted, now, moon, shine down. Naruto was covered with a blue-green eerie light and his facial appearance became feral, and as a result, he became manic and bestial. And now move aside. The Jinchuriki took the claymore and ran at the crowd with a loud cry. With great strength augmented by the moon, he was able to lift it and cause shockwaves of energy on the floor, gravely injuring the ninjas and civilians alike. Screams of pain, agony, and pleas of mercy were heard as Naruto watched the slaughter, and blood ran from the alleyway. Suddenly the Sandaime came to the scene, along with Inu, Nico, and Itachi flanking him. Naruto, the old man began to say, until Naruto interrupted in a cold voice, you are late. Old man, maybe you should retire if you are this slow at protecting people. Inu growled out, you show respect to the Hokage, you little brat. Fuck you. I give respect to people who have earned it. Only 2 of you here in front of me have done so. You nor the old geezer have not earned the respect to call you anything to me. You are just dirt. The Jinchuriki then turned to Nico and Itachi and smiled at them. Hello, Nico-san and Itachi-san, nice to meet you 2 again, although I wish that they were better circumstances. Nico gave him a hug and said, nice to see you 2 again, Naruto. Happy birthday, though I wish it was better. Naruto said, thanks. Sarutobi decided to kill the moment as he asked, what was that in the alley, Naruto? Everyone here is dead except you. Why is that? Instantly Naruto lost his smile and glared at him. It is none of your concern. And why the sudden interest, Sarutobi? Is it the fact that I have shown an interesting ability that you will mention to the council in an effort to make me a breeding factory or to somehow control my actions as your personal weapon? Sarutobi flinched a bit at the ice in Naruto's voice and eyes as the boy continued, I think not from now on. I will defend myself and anyone who attacks me for no reason will be persecuted and disposed off on their family's doorsteps. If anyone can get away with attempted murder, then so can I. Naruto Sarutobi began, but Naruto interrupted him once again. You have no right to call me like you know me so familiarly from now on. My name is Ritaxan, and you will tell the council to address me as this until I deem people worthy of calling me that. I don't see a Hokage or the god of shinobi. I see a pathetic old man being bossed around by a weak council whose power have no jurisdiction over shinobi affairs. Inu had enough and sprang at Naruto, only for the boy's hidden lances to appear to pierce every vital organ and surround the Hokage's head. So this is how you did it, Sarutobi thought to himself. That goes double for you, Inu. This is your first and only warning, and if you don't follow it, then I will kill you and those precious to you before your very eyes without shedding a tear. Naruto growled out. Inu bristled in anger as he slowly backed down, and Naruto made his weapons disappear. He picked up the 2 kunai and tanto that stabbed him and walked back to his apartment. Sarutobi sighed and Nico asked, permission to speak freely? Hokage-sama. Sarutobi heard the laced venom in Nico's tone and replied, permission granted. Just goes to show that you and this villager have fucked up badly. The boy had no choice whatsoever in being the vessel of the Kyuubi no Kitsune, and yet this village, his own village, has tried to kill him many times since he could walk. Your idiocy of trying to make Naruto loyal to this damn village was an utterly stupid move that you made, especially knowing that your jackass of an ANBU commander is one of the many people who hates the kid for the Kyuubi and enjoyed watching him suffer, foolishly believing that he is a demon. Inu protested, I have not. Wham! Inu was sent flying into the fence, courtesy of Itachi sending him a haymaker across the face with blinding speed. That is some bullshit you pulled out of your ass once you were aiming to kill the boy with that cheap knockoff of a Rasengan until Kuma stopped you and gave him that cross scar on his abdomen. On another note, I am ashamed of my own family, especially the man that I call father, the young man yelled out, which was a rare event for him since he was usually stoic. Sarutobi said, Itachi, stand? No, Hokage-sama, I refuse to sit back any longer, knowing that this monster, this demon, will harm Naruto. I demand you will assign me as Naruto's guardians along with Ukami and Nico, or I will withdraw myself from the ANBU program. You, ANBU. You will not demand me of anything at all. I am the Hokage, your superior. Itachi took off his mask and threw it at his feet. Then consider that my resignation as an ANBU captain. I am sick and tired of you not protecting the vessel. Yandere-sama set the seal to keep the Kyuubi at bay, and if you mess with it, I am pretty sure that you will release the demon, and I will make sure that it destroys this village. Inu said to Nico, stop him, Nico. No, I agree with Itachi. Hokage-sama has been too lenient with these villagers. He need to take action against this injustice. Sarutobi cursed inwardly, damn it, if I lose Itachi and Nico, then Kuma and Ukami will follow as well. Those 4 are the best at what they do, and plus I need Itachi in case the Uchiha clan rebels against us. Damn it! The Hokage conceded defeat and said, fine, you and Nico will be his guardians. Best decision you have ever made in your second reign so far, Nico commented. But Hokage-sama. Leave it be. He knew he was serious with that threat of his, and we can't afford to have any lives destroyed like tonight. Plus those 2 are the only ones that he trusts now, and also the fact that Naruto's rage and anger will release the Kyuubi to have his revenge on his village. Get someone to clean this mess. Dismissed. Later that night, Naruto sat on his bed, looking at his newfound power. There were some interesting weapons such as 2 chakrams and 2 shining red clubs. He also noticed that he had gained some more weapons as well. I wonder what this power that I possess is, Naruto said to himself. Suddenly a voice said, I can tell you. What? Suddenly Naruto's world grew dark, and when he woke up a few minutes later, he found himself in a sewer. Great, now I definitely killing the asshole who thought it was funny to throw me in here. Actually, Naruto-san, this is your mind. Naruto looked up to see a gate, and behind that gate, there was a fox which had 9 tails. Ah, so you are the Kyuubi no Kitsune. Funny, I thought that you would be a bit bigger than that. Do you remember anything? Yes, I remember that the Yandere was the one who sealed me into your body. But I don't understand it. I thought that I would be sealed into his daughter. I am guessing that he didn't want to seal it inside of his own flesh and blood because of his selfishness, but I could understand seeing that his child would have been raped on top of my experiences with the damn villagers and ignorant ninjas along with IWA. Now what is this power that I hold? Why did you attack this village, and what is your true name? The Kyuubi replied, that power is your Kekkei Genkai, the nothingness. The previous wielders formed a group called Organization 13 and had no hearts. Their essence was destroyed and wandered until they found your ancestor. As you progressed, you will be able to control darkness and light itself to you whim. As to why I attacked, I was forced to attack this village, and regrettably I should have finished off this person after the first time he controlled me. His name is Madara Uchiha. His ambition is combine the Biju and create the Jubi to control the world as its Jinchuriki, and lastly my name is Tomomi. But that is impossible. Hashirama Senju fought Madara Uchiha and killed him. How did he survive? He has the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, the ultimate form of the Uchiha clan's bloodline, the Sharingan. He took his brother's eyes and implanted them inside of his own. Somehow he has made himself immortal. Naruto said, looks like I will have to thank him for making my life hell now, since you have been inhabiting my body for the last 7 years. Do you know the extent of my bloodline? Yes, your bloodline will gain 2 more weapons at random as you kill up to a total of 20 people. Looks like I will have to become a ninja. Why are you so willing to help? Because as much as I despise humans, I despise the ones who are stupid enough and find pleasure in attempting to murder an innocent child. Plus I believe that you are the only one who is capable of killing Madara Uchiha. One last thing, can you change into your human form? It is kind of hard to look up at you without straining my neck. Of course, she shifted with her chakra covering her body and shrank down to become a silver-haired woman with ruby-slitted eyes, wearing a warrior battle skirt. A/N, picture inner Mocha from Rosario plus vampire wearing the Battle of Xena. Much better now if I didn't know any better. The Yondaime put a fail-safe seal in case that I just so happen to try and release you. Any? Tomomi nodded yes, but it is better to try to remove the seal outside of the villager than inside to cause a panic. Right. I will demand Sarutobi to leave this village or go into the forest of death, but first. Naruto said. Then he closed his eyes and the sewer changed into a forest full of trees, a lake, and a small cottage. He also compressed the seal into a choker with a blue diamond at the end to appear around Tomomi's neck, along with the makeshift replicas of the Yondaime and Madara. There, much better than before. Naruto commented. Arigatou gozaimasu, Tomomi replied as she looked in awe at the scenery. No problem, Tomomi, my mind was a little bit bleak to say the least. Now tomorrow, we will start to train, considering I believe that you know many styles in the art of Kenjutsu. And so Naruto Retaxin X was born. Both Nico and Ukumi took the boy from his apartment to live in their house and trained him in Kenjutsu, since that was going to be Naruto's forte. With much pull, Sarutobi was able to let Naruto enter the academy to become a genin, and Naruto became more bitter at the village, especially when the incident known as the Uchiha clan massacre was known. Only the women, children and the elderly were spared, and the one who had to carry out the deed was Itachi Uchiha, his mentor and former ANBU Itachi. Flashback. Naruto entered the academy with an emotionless look on his face, mastered and perfected with the help of Itachi by playing poker. Looking at the classmates, he noticed that most of them were clan heirs. His eyes narrowed as he saw a pink-haired girl strode in, as he remembered when her mother and father would eagerly join in the annual mob attacks. He sat in an empty seal in the back by the corner next to the window, staying quiet and with his eyes closed. Then a brown-haired man with a birth scar on the bridge of his nose, along with a silver-haired man with a believable kind smile on his face, walked inside the classroom. Good morning, class. I am Irika Yumino, and this is my assistant, Mizuki. We will be your teacher for the next 4 years. Now stand up and state your name, age, hobbies, likes, dislikes, and dreams. I'm Sakura Haruno, 8. My hobbies are picking flowers and brushing my hair. My likes are Sasuke-kun, my parents, and my little brother, Takashi. My dislikes are girls who think that they can get my Sasuke-kun. My dream is to become a great kunoichi and win Sasuke's heart. Choji Akimichi, 8. Hobbies are helping in the kitchen and eating. My likes are my friend Shikamaru, food and barbecue chips. My dislikes are people who hurt others, people who makes fun of my weight, people who judge others before getting to know them properly and eating the last piece of meat. My dream is to become the clan head of the Akimichi clan. Ino Yamanaka, 8. My hobbies are working in the flower shop. My likes are my family and Sasuke-kun. My dislikes are girls who try to steal Sasuke-kun away from me. My dream is to become the head of the Yamanaka clan, a great interrogator, and marry Sasuke-kun. Yawn troublesome, Shikamaru Nara, 8. My hobbies are playing shogi, sleeping and looking at clouds. My likes are my friend Choji, sleeping and looking at clouds. My dislikes are troublesome people and people who judge others by the cover of the book. My dream is to become a jonin, marry an average girl and have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. Yahoo, Kiba Inuzuka, 8. My hobbies is playing with my dog Akameru. My likes are my mother and my clan as well as Akameru. My dislikes are my older sister. My dream is to be the head of the Inuzuka clan and be the strongest. Shino Abirame, 8. My hobbies are collecting bugs and training. My likes are my colony, my clan and training. My dislikes are insults, arrogance and judges. My dream is to be the head of my clan. Hinata Hyuga, 8. My hobbies are flower pressing, cooking and training. My likes are the moon and cinnamon buns. My dislikes are seals, judgers and arrogance. My dream is to be as strong as my father, but as kind as my mother. Sasuke Uchiha, 9. My hobbies are training with my brother. My likes are tomatoes, my brother, a certain girl, spicy food and my clan. My dislikes are sweets, fangirls and demons. My dream is to become stronger than my brother and father. The class grew quiet after the fact that Iruka had to use his patented big head jutsu to shut up the girls from squealing over Sasuke, overlooking the fact that he specifically said that he hated fangirls. Ami 8. My hobbies are training, looking at the stars and dancing in the rain. My likes are chocolate and stargazing. My dislikes are girls who give kunoichi a bad name, arrogance, and people who judge others unknowingly. My dream is to become the strongest kunoichi ever. Takiko Namikaze 9. My hobbies are training and listening to storms. My likes are sweets and my family. My dislikes are the villagers and elders sucking up to me, and my dream is to surpass my mother and father's legacy and shadow. Ritaxan 9. My hobbies involve training. My likes are my friends, who I will not name. I despise this village, the Uchiha clan, except a few people who will remain unknown, Kushin and Namikaze, Hamura Mitokado, Koharu Yudatane, the Sandaime Hokage, and most especially, the Yondaime. My dream is none of your concern. Whispers and murmurs danced around the room after Naruto sat down. Sasuke glared at him as well as his fangirls, but Takiko looked at Naruto with a bit of pity and sadness. She knew about the Kyuubi no Kitsune, and while she was taught to hate and avoid him by her mother, she couldn't. Due to the fact that her father left her a letter to find, explaining the whole situation in great detail, that the Kyuubi and Naruto were separate entities, and told her the true reason why the Kyuubi was not sealed inside of her to protect her innocence as well as the village, and forgot to mention that his wife was the second Jinchuriki. But he was pressed for time. Naruto never knew about the looks that the people gave them and assumed they were all the same, so he never noticed Takiko's look of sadness. Well, then how about we do a bit of sparring? Iruka said. Everyone filed out of the room. The last one out was Naruto, with Iruka and Mizuki behind him, watching him intently. The class was eventually paired into groups of 2, and fortunately, Naruto was paired with Shino Aburame. The boy moved into his clan-style taijutsu, and Naruto moved into his stance with his left fist near his face while his right one was about 6 inches away from it in a boxing stance. Shino decided to strike first, and Naruto ducked as he tripped Shino, but the Aburame corrected himself and moved backwards. Shino then sent out a kick, but Naruto blocked it and sent out a punch. Only the Aburame caught it and flipped Naruto over to the side, but Naruto landed on his feet and swung Shino's arm to make the Aburame turn like a spin. The Aburame was able to land on his other foot and did the same to Naruto. The two continued like this, neither of them gaining the upper hand until they separated. You're good, Shino, but your taijutsu isn't effective without your Kikaichu. You are correct, Ritaxan-san. Would you like to use your bloodline? Shino raised an eyebrow at Naruto's question and replied, but the senseis. Naruto interrupted. A true shinobi uses everything at his disposal to win a battle. True, there are some honorable ninja in the world, but the majority follows the previous rule. That is how wars are fought, and one now leave the senseis to me. I will worry about them. Shino reluctantly nodded and let his Kikaichus slowly appear from his sleeves. Naruto looked at them in an interesting matter. So the Aburame clan uses the Kikaichu to coexist in their bodies, he murmured. Tell me, are there any other clans that uses the same concept as you? Yes, the Kamizuru clan from Iwagakure. Naruto nodded and said, it's a shame that kids are afraid of you for that. I think you will go far with your bloodline, but remember, relying solely on your bloodline will cause dependency and hinder you in the near future. Then a shimmer of glass flashed in front of Naruto, and the Jinchuriki said, Koi. Shino attacked by directing his Kikaichu at Naruto, but the Kikaichu were not able to get through. Mizuki came over and said, Ritaxan, Shino, you are not supposed to be using advanced techniques in your sparring. I am afraid that I have to give you 2 detention. Actually, sensei, I was just having Shino demonstrate the true aspect of a ninja. A ninja will use every advantage that he or she has to win, am I correct, Mizuki-san? Yes, but... Therefore, though there are maybe honorable ninja, but there are most cases that ninja will retort to seduction, bloodlines, jutsu and weakness exploitation, which refute my statement. The whispers came as Mizuki walked away in embarrassment. I guess if you two are doing that, I can't give you detention on those grounds. Very good for you two to think about that scenario. See, carry on. Shino turned to Naruto in surprise, who only winked at him. If you are wondering why your Kikaichu could not seem to reach me, here is the reason. Naruto made his nothingness bloodline to appear briefly. That was my bloodline, the nothingness. I can use these unique weapons to shield me or attack with a simple command from my mind. I can also hold weapons to attack a person, levitate, or even teleport, much like the Hakureisaiga. Shino replied, impressive, Ritaxan. Please call me Naruto. I feel that I can trust you, Shino, with my real name and my bloodline. Why? Let's just say that I know what it feels like to have everyone avoid you for something different. Iruka said, okay, time to test your physical strength. You must run through this obstacle course. The class spent the day running through it. Naruto had the highest score due to his run-ins with the mob, much to Sasuke and Sakura's displeasure. Then he strode home until he was stopped by Kuma. Hey Kuma-san, what do you need? Sorry to bother you, Naruto-kun, but it appears that Hokage-sama has to decide to tell the esteemed council about your bloodline and they want to discuss it with you. Kuma spat out. Naruto's eyes narrowed. Well, then let's see if I can't cause a bit of chaos in the room. Kuma clutched Naruto's shoulder and did the Konoha Shunshin to reach the council. So what do I owe the oh-so-great and powerful council this wonderful visit? Naruto said sarcastically. We just so happen to hear that you have a bloodline, Kohara said. And? Naruto said. And why didn't you or the Hokage inform us about this? Because it was none of your business, and since when have you care about me? Less than half of you don't care, and several of you tried to kill me in the past. So far none of you have succeeded and never will. Kushina angrily shouted out, You will respect this council, boy. Naruto retorted, Like you respect your husband's last wish? Ha! This council has hardly done anything for me, yet you want respect. Like I said to Sarutobi a year ago, respect is earned, not given, and you have not earned it. The Namikaze bristled in anger. Leave my husband out of this. Former husband to be exact. It seems that I have struck a nerve, Lady Namikaze? Maybe you have realized that your idiot of a husband sacrificed a random child's life instead of sealing it into his own. He never realized that you along with this whole village would have praised her for it. Because of his stupidity my life has been hell. Kushina jumped over the table to strike at Naruto, but the Jinchuriki allowed the kunai to clash against his shield of weapons. What is that? Fugaku asked, thinking of ways to get Naruto's bloodline to merge with Naruto's bloodline along with Uzumaki's life longevity and chakra capacity. It is none of your concern, Naruto replied coldly. Hamura slammed his fist against the table. You will tell us or what? Revoke me from being a ninja? I can just go to IWA or Kumo to become one since I would be a civilian. You don't really need me at all. The council's faces paled except the minor clan head and Hayashi at Naruto's statement. The Jinchuriki continued, Unless this happens I get access to the ninja stores, food stores and get treatment like any respectable person. That last rule will be enforced by yours truly and him alone. This is the best deal I will and can offer you all. The civilian side began to cry out in outrage along with Kushina and Fugaku. Too bad, this is shinobi affairs and all of you owe me for holding the kyubi. The room grew still at Naruto's comment and Sarutobi stuttered, How? Come on, I practically said it earlier when I mentioned the coward formerly known as the Yondaime Hokage. Yes, I know about the kyubi, it would kind of sink in considering the mob shouting, Let's kill the demon fox all of the damn time. Good thing I killed the last mob. Instantly Hamura shouted, You will be executed after we breed your bloodline. Try it, I could kill you in a blink of an eye. Nobody but me can activate this bloodline. Plus killing me means Kyubi gets released. Now shut up and sit and spin on Kohara's, back to my deal. Hayashi then spoke up, I agree with it. Kohara hissed, Hayashi. NAR I mean, Ritaxan-san is right, we all owe him our lives. Despite the fact that the sealing was not to his consent, we should all respect him as a human being. Furthermore, I believe that Ritaxan can be an asset to this village if he decides to stay. Inoichi piped up, the Yamanaka clan follows the Hyuga clan's statement. As do the Nara clan. As do the Akimichi clan. As do the Aburame clan. The Inuzuka clan is in favor of the pup's deal. Some said with a wolfishly grin. Kushina said, I can't believe this. How can you justify this unfair deal? How can you justify your husband to be selfish? He could have used Takiko-chan for the sealing, and you would have fought tooth and nail to protect her along with Kakashi, and all of Konoha would have protected her from even the Shinigami himself. Instead he chooses a random baby born on the same night as your daughter to seal the fox. In all, you should be shunned and Naruto should be revered. This deserves his vengeance against this village because of the crimes against him. Some retorted hotly. Kushina replied, but he is a dem. Shing! Instantly 2 lances appeared, aiming at her heart and forehead. Finish that sentence. Come on, 1 more syllable, give me the reason to make you join your fool of a husband in the 9 levels of Makai. Naruto growled out. Wisely or out of sheer defiance, the Uzumaki Namikaze matriarch shut her mouth, and Naruto made his own weapons disappear. The Namikaze clan disagrees, Kushina said, staring at Naruto in his blue eyes. The Uchiha clan declines. The Sarutobi clan declines. Like it makes a difference, Naruto said, goodbye, esteemed council, pray that we don't meet again, well, except the shinobi clans excluding the bitch, bastard and old monkey. Later that night, Itachi came into Naruto's room and whispered, Naruto. Yes, Itachi and I-san, what is it? Itachi replied, I am afraid that is going to be the last time that I will see you or Yugao-chan again. What? Why? What has happened? My father was planning a coup d'etat. They also plan to use you as a weapon and breeder, so Hamura, Koharu and Sarutobi have ordered me to kill them. What about Danzo? He is good. He was able to spare the children, elderly and my mother. So stay strong and never give up, never back down. Watch over my stupid brother and try to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Got it, Naruto and Ikki. Naruto wiped away his tears and nodded. Alright, Itachi and I-san. Itachi gave Naruto his old tanto and said, also be careful and watch out for the council. I have left some incriminating evidence to help you against them along with your own. How did you? I trained you, I know how you operate a bit, thanks for helping. Naruto nodded silently, and Itachi gave him a standard poke to the forehead and disappeared in a cane shunshin. The last memory of Itachi in Naruto's mind was his soft smile, the only true smile that he showed to his brother, Naruto, and Yugao. Flashback ends. The next day, Naruto returned to the academy, and the latest gossip was what happened to Sasuke's family. Did you hear what happened to the Uchiha clan last night? No, what happened? I heard that most of them were killed last night by Sasuke's own older brother. Really? Is Sasuke-kun alright? Yeah, he is supposed to be in the hospital. I doubt that he would come to school after what happened to his dad. My dad said that there was nothing left to actually confirm that it was his body. Naruto inwardly smirked at that comment. Thanks, Itachi and I-san, for the early birthday present. He thought to himself as he looked up in the sky to see a raven fly by. Soon everybody filed in the class, discussing the Uchiha clan massacre. Iruka said, okay, class, settle down today. Suddenly Sasuke Uchiha walked in along with his mother Mikoto and Mizuki. Welcome back, Sasuke, Iruka said. Sasuke grunted. Gone was his smile and replaced with an ever-present scowl on his face. Well then take your seat, the brown-haired Chunin said. Sasuke strode to his desk and sat down with his fingers interlacing within each other, hiding his mouth. Great, now who was the first Hokage? Iruka asked. Soon lunch came in and Naruto sat in his usual spot under the tree, eating his bento. His ears perked up to someone silently crying and Naruto looked behind him to see that it was his old friend Tenten, who was a year older and in a higher year than him. Hey Bunbun, what are you crying for? Naruto asked. Tenten's body froze for a moment, and she quickly rubbed her tears away to see a smirking Naruto. Naruto-kun. In the flesh, so how is life, Mouse-chan? Fine. Number 13. Both Naruto and Tenten met each other at the orphanage and became friends when Tenten shared her lunch with him. Naruto had many nicknames for Tenten, but on the other hand, Tenten couldn't find a single one except number 13 since he was always seemed to be unlucky. Oh? Then why were you crying? Naruto asked in a serious tone. Tenten bowed her head and mumbled something to him, but Naruto replied, come on, Tenten, what is the matter? Everyone seems to hate me in my class because I seem to have a knack at weapons. Well, everyone except Ain-san and Lee-san. That is it? You are crying because of that? Just do what I do, ignore them. Just because you specialize in something doesn't mean that you have to cry about it, it means that they are jealous of you for your gift. Tenten looked at Naruto and softly smiled. Thanks, Naruto-kun, so you are in the academy too? Yeah, the old bastard managed to pull some strings to get me in. Tenten asked hesitantly, are you still at the orphanage? Nope, the old bitch threw me out when you left, but I am living in a house with a couple. They are really nice and I will be fine. Worse things have happened to me before, Tenten, Naruto said reassuringly. Tenten silently nodded as she witnessed the caretaker beat Naruto mercilessly because Tenten got a scraped knee while playing on the swing set. Looks like my class is returning for the physical matches. I will see you later, Mouse-chan, Naruto said with a smirk. Tenten's face burned with embarrassment as Naruto left quickly. Don't call me that, she shouted after him. Then she sighed and smiled, that Naruto-kun. Mizuki said, okay, Sasuke, you are up first, throw these shuriken at the targets. The Uchiha nodded silently and threw them at the targets. Each of the stars had sunk into the bullseye. The fangirls cheered at his perfect score while some of the boys grumbled. Okay, Takiko-chan, you are up next, the Chunin said with a smile. Takiko took her shuriken and threw it. Most of them were off by a sliver of a margin from the bullseye. Good job, Takiko, Mizuki said, and the fanboys cheered while some of the girls glared or grumbled. Ritaxan, come forward. Naruto noted Mizuki's hidden tone and inspected the shuriken to find it much heavier. The boy smirked and found Nami's eyes. He stared at her as he threw his shuriken one by one, all of them hitting the bullseye perfectly. Good job, Ritaxan, Mizuki said with a forced smile. One of the fangirls protested, but sensei, nobody is better than Sasuke-kun. The mute must have cheated. Slowly, Naruto turned his eyes upon the idiotic girl and replied coldly, this coming from an Uchiha fangirl who prefers to pop out babies than train? Foolish little girl, if you assume that I have cheated, then you better have a better argument than the fact that I beat Namikaze and tied with Uchiha. The kids were surprised that Naruto had talked and the choice of words that flew out of his mouth, considering the boy had not said anything in months. Iruka said, alright, class, settle down. Ami, you are next. But sensei, aren't you going to punish Ritaxan for cheating? First off, if Naruto had cheated, Mizuki-sensei or Iruka-sensei would have picked up on it. Second, Ritaxan trains constantly since he has nothing to do at all, and third, why would he cheat? He is practically the strongest here. Surprisingly, this statement came from Takiko Namikaze, but Naruto never heard her refute his statement, considering he left the arena. Later that day, Naruto sat at his usual spot, under the cherry blossom tree, which was the only place that he felt at peace with himself and the world. Then he heard footsteps shuffling over to him. The Jinchuriki cracked his eye open to see that Sasuke has stood before him along with his fangirls behind him. What do you want from me, Uchiha? I think that you manipulated those shuriken to your advantage. Sasuke said boldly, my father said that the Uchiha clan is always the best. The Jinchuriki chuckled as he replied, I believe that the correct term is once said, seeing that your father is resting in pieces. Don't you dare, Sasuke shouted. Fine, I won't dare mention you father unless you don't dare question my ability with weapons. Naruto cut in with a glare. You may believe in the bigotry of the Uchiha that they are the so-called superior clan, but remember, even someone through enough guts can kill a superior, even someone who proclaims to be a god. Also, if the Uchiha clan is the strongest, why are they dead? Why was your father not Hokage? Sasuke gritted his teeth in anger and said, you know what? We will settle this, you will switch partners with me and I will show you the power of the Uchiha clan. Naruto raised an eyebrow, and why should I stoop to your level to fight you? Naruto began to walk away until Sasuke said something that he would truly regret, because I will make sure that Ain will have a life of hell. Chapter 2: The Nobody's Power. What did you say? Naruto whispered. I said I will make Ain's life a living hell. You bastard! She is your fucking cousin, for God's sake. Naruto thought in anger. Ain Uchiha, the daughter of Mitsuki Uchiha, and the result of a rape event. When she activated her Sharingan, the clan found out that the colors were inverted. Her tomo marks were red instead of black and the background was black. Due to that factor, she was mistreated because of her impure blood and was automatically assumed as a weak link in the clan because her own mother was not able to protect herself from being raped. How Naruto met her was when she ran to the sakura tree that the Jinchuriki was previously under when she was being picked on by some of her classmates. She is a failure just like you, Sasuke replied with a smug smirk on his face. Naruto clenched his fist in teeth. Fine, I will switch with your partner Shino. Good. Then the fangirls, along with the Uchiha, left the Jinchuriki alone, not noticing the wind swirling around him, and his eyes slowly turned to a slitted red. Itachi and Ain-chan, Mikoto-san, I'm sorry but Sasuke just picked the wrong button to push and he is going to get knocked down a few pegs. He thought vehemently. Later, during sparring, Naruto was true to his word and switched from Shino to Sasuke. As he stood in front of the Uchiha, Sasuke turned to say, You showed up, I thought you were going to run away. You never gave me much of a choice, Uchiha, now hurry up and let's be quick about it. Naruto replied in monotone. Sasuke visibly scowled at his tone since it reminded him about his brother on the night of his father's murder. The Jinchuriki slipped into the academy taijutsu style, while Sasuke moved into his family style. The Uchiha attacked with a vicious right hook, but Naruto leaned back to avoid it, and then he had to dodge a kick to his knee. Naruto quickly threw a punch at Sasuke, but the arrogant Uchiha caught it and threw him to the side, but Naruto corrected himself and sent a chop to Sasuke's wrist, breaking his hold on his arm, and gave the male Uchiha an uppercut, sending him to the ground. Everyone gasped in surprise to see that the Uchiha was knocked down first, and Sasuke jumped up angrily as everyone stopped fighting and went to see the battle. The Uchiha charged at his opponent, but Naruto ducked quickly and lifted up to flip him and make the Uchiha land hard on his back. I will not lose to you, Sasuke declared as he sent a high kick to Naruto's head, but the Jinchuriki dodged it only to meet Sasuke's fist in his stomach and then his face. Naruto backed off for a moment to wipe his bleeding lip and noticed that Sasuke was a bit haggard due to his aggressive attacks. Naruto shifted his stance a bit and waited for Sasuke to come to him and make a stupid move, which didn't take that long because patience was never one of Sasuke Uchiha's virtues. Actually, as a matter of fact, he didn't have many virtues at all. The Jinchuriki sighed as he ducked and performed a sweep kick, tripping Sasuke, and then sent an elbow to the solar plexus, knocking out the Uchiha out cold. Never ever threaten the lives or well-being of the few people that I respect and or care about, Uchiha. I have already lost 2 people in my life to your clan's arrogance. I will not let that arrogance destroy another person's life. Naruto whispered as he walked away. Ting! Naruto slowly turned to see a kunai point first on the ground and followed the path to see Sakura Haruno's outstretched arm and the look of anger on her face. How did you deflect that? I didn't even see you move, she asked. No, demanded. Why did you throw that kunai at me? Naruto replied coolly. Because you hurt Sasuke-kun, you freak. She replied. No, screamed. It was a spar, Haruno-san. Of course I hurt Uchiha-san in a fight. There are no terms that say when an Uchiha appears on the scene, that opponent must bend over and take his punishment for facing him like a bitch. No, a true ninja would fight back, and if you don't want me to maim your ugly face as it is, then I suggest that you don't be so stupid to attack me. Humph. Smartest kunoichi, my ass, Naruto said as he turned away. Mizuki replied, Sakura, take Sasuke to the infirmary and don't do anything to him. Ritaxan, tell me just how did you block Sakura's kunai? Why should I tell you? You never gave two shits about me until today, Mizuki. Go to hell, Naruto said in a cold voice. The Jinchuriki moved away back to his tree and waited for them to finish. You know, you didn't have to do all that to him, Mr. 13. A familiar voice said in a light tone, causing him to smile a bit. Humph, your cousin was an asshole, I can't help that. So Tenten told you that I am in the academy, and Ms. 14? Yeah, I heard about the challenge from those fangirls couldn't keep their mouths shut. I am sorry that he forced you to fight because of me damn sure sway, I'm glad that Itachi and I killed him. Naruto nodded, yeah, me too, so how have you been lately? I have been better since the massacre happened since Mikoto-sama is in power now and reinstated as a jonin, she has been protecting me a bit from harm and now I just have to worry about Sasuke team. I am strong enough to protect myself due to my training you. Me same old except for one thing, it just so turns out that I have recently activated my bloodline a few months back. I have weapons that are hidden around my persona, swords, spears, halberds, etc. I will have to kill a set of 10 people to get more of them though. Naruto. Don't worry, I will be fine. Just as long as you guys are safe I won't go on a rampage. Also a friend of mine will be helping you just in case Sasuke tries something with you. But I know you are strong, Ms. Hikari, but I know from personal experience that mobs can overwhelm the greatest ninja besides it is someone you know, and will do a better job at protecting you. Alright, but I am not going to like it, Naruto. I know Aang-chan. For years later Naruto grew up and changed his attire from a white shirt and green pants to a black tight-fitting shirt, a long black hooded coat that ended at his ankles with a silver chain in the front and the zipper all the way down, /N. You know what I am talking about, and black fitting pants. Ain and Tenten graduated and were put on separate teams. Tenten was put on Mato-Gai's team along with Rock Lee and Niji Hyuga, the last year's Rookie of the Year, while Ain was taken under apprenticeship by Gekko Hate, Konoha's resident swordsman and the fiancé of Yugao Yuzuki, the guardian of Naruto. Alright, today is the day that all of you will or will not become ninja. The test is the Bunshin no Jutsu, Irika said. This test is so pointless, Konoha has become weak, no wonder the death rate is so high for genin reaching their C rank mission, Naruto thought as he scowled at the mention of the test. One by one, each academy student came out proudly with their headband tied on some part of their body. Until he heard his name called by Irika and got up to go to the separate room. Please perform the specified jutsu, Mizuki said, and Naruto said, Bunshin no Jutsu. 5 perfect clones appeared beside him. Congratulations, Naruto, you are officially a genin. Yay, to be honest, this test sucks, I bet a civilian could pass this thing easily. Nobody uses this type of illusion anymore at all, Naruto commented as he pocketed his headband. Next, Naruto left the academy, noticing the sickly smiles that the parents gave him until the Jinchuriki gave them back a smile of his own and something extra by showing them his headband hidden in his pocket, making the smiles turn into frowns. He laughed at them and gave them the middle finger, and then his index finger followed, deuces, bitches. Naruto turned and bumped into the last person on Earth that he wanted to see. You, the person said. Yes, me. What the hell do you want, Namikaze? Do you have something else better to do than try to kill the one who holds your coward of a husband's killer? The woman known as Kushina Namikaze ne Uzumaki replied in a whisper, How did you pass, Akuma? Naruto whispered back, You know, for someone who once held the Kyuubi inside of your gut, you are pretty hypocritical. Does that make you a former demon? Maybe I should tell your daughter behind the history of the Uzumakis and the Kyuubi no Kitsune. Maybe I should tell the real reason why her father died after all. It was your own fault that the Kyuubi was released. Kushina's eyes widened and grew furious as Naruto walked by as he said, Be careful of how you deal with me, Kushina, because if I so desire, I could release her from this prison to kill you, the village, everyone, well, except a few people, that is. Sayonara. Kushina thought, I didn't kill Minato, the Kyuubi did. You are wrong, demon, it was you. Ka-san, what is wrong? Takiko said as she approached her mother. And nothing, Toki-chan, I was thinking about how to give your graduation present, Kushina said as she glanced at Naruto's retreating back. So he knows everything about the connection of the Uzumakis and the Kyuubi, but the Kyuubi was never responsive to me, so how does he know about the release of the fox? Night Naruto practiced with his bloodline and taijutsu, considering that it was the only time that he was able to let loose without worrying about the Hokage monitoring him with his damn crystal ball. Then he heard some shouting and noises of a battle. The boy went to investigate to see Mizuki and Irika locked in battle, and it didn't look like a friendly battle at all. Naruto glanced at the scroll on Mizuki's back along with his Fuma Shuriken to recognize it as the Scroll of Seals, which was filled with forbidden jutsu and seals, including the one that was on his stomach. Why would you put a scroll of Kenjutsu somewhere in the Hokage Tower, and tell that information to Chunin and up? Of course, some idiot is going to get power hungry, Naruto thought as he took a spear and launched it between the two combatants. Ritaxin! Iruka is trying to steal the scroll. Take him out now! Mizuki shouted. Cut the crap, Mizuki, and since when have you ever told the truth? 1. I know that you secretly hate me for thinking that I am the Kyuubi, which I am not, sealed in my gut. 2. You are aiming to kill and dismember instead of fighting to capture and incapacitate, Naruto stated. Mizuki chuckled and replied, You are right, I thought that you would be dumb enough to believe me, but I see that it will not work. Die, demon! Iruka yelled, Ritaxin-san, run! Naruto blocked the shuriken with his bloodline and the swords appeared. Mizuki, you wanted to know why I could block that kunai from Sakura 4 years ago. Meet my bloodline, the Rei no Ken. Mizuki took out his 2 Fuma shuriken from his back and put the scroll of seals down. He took a stance as he said, I am going to enjoy killing you, A/N. Picture Axel's stance from Kingdom Hearts 2. Naruto jumped down in front of Iruka and smirked as he pulled out 2 swords from their invisible form. Each was shaped like a key, only the difference was one was white and the other was black. 2. Where did you get those? The traitorous bastard asked. For a Chunin, you are not very smart. I just said my bloodline is made up of invisible weapons. Now I want you to meet Oathkeeper and Oblivion. Here is a little history. Oathkeeper represents the bond between 2 people who eventually came to love each other. The second one, Oblivion, represents the bond between 2 people who were friends, turned enemies, turned friends again. The wielder of their 2 weapons' name was Roxas, the nobody of Sora, the key of destiny. Then Naruto thought with an inward smirk, but that is not all of his abilities. He can glide at fast speeds, so fast in fact that he leaves behind a lens flare and control 13 sword-shaped shields of light energy which can connect to form a laser array. Also levitate his keyblades in the air and can also counter any extended combo with a more powerful one of his own, even creating a ring of damage just by twirling them in a circle. His special attack involves him floating in the air and shooting his 13 light shields around the arena, which then lighted up in a thick twilight mist as Roxas begins shooting blue spheres of light at his opponent from energy gathered in his hands. Judging by the video of his style, he often attacks rapidly from side to side, confusing the opponent, leaving a trail of light behind him. Mizuki smirked, I wonder how powerful they are once I defeat you and take them from your dead hands. Come on, I make your misery all stop. Axel's theme plays. Naruto charged at Mizuki, who threw his shuriken at the Jinchuriki, but Naruto knocked the weapon to the side with Oblivion. The traitor smirked as he pulled back on his unoccupied hand back and Naruto's eyes widened as he dodged to the left to avoid getting split in half, only to suffer a gash on his side. Naruto swung Oathkeeper at Mizuki, who blocked it with his left shuriken, and then the silver-haired man tried to do a sweep kick, but the young swordsman jumped back. Mizuki jumped into the air and Naruto followed him on the tree trunks, clashing against him in midair. Then the Chunin seemingly floated in midair for a moment as Naruto pushed off of the trees and made Mizuki crash into the floor. Iruka was in shock to see that a newly graduated student of his was kicking his former friend's ass up and down the forest. Die! Mizuki shouted as he tried to impale Naruto with his shuriken, but Naruto used Oathkeeper to send it upwards and used Oblivion to sever the wires connecting to Mizuki's fingers. Then Naruto's eye turned crimson as he said, You first, traitor. The Jinchuriki threw Oathkeeper at Mizuki, who dodged it and threw his shuriken in retaliation. Again, Naruto used Oblivion in a 2-handed strike to slice the shuriken in half, rendering Mizuki's primary weapon useless. The Chunin, desperate to get away to his master, flashed through hand signs, Katan, Hausenka. Naruto was forced to dodge the flaming fireballs while Mizuki dashed toward Genesis. If Mizuki had stood there a minute ago, he would not have failed to notice the devil's smirk appear on Naruto's face. As soon as Mizuki grasped the hilt of Oathkeeper and turned to face Naruto, his eyes widened to see the weapon flash back in Naruto's hand, which just so happened to be in front of him. The boy performed a cross slash on his torso. Looks like I win, Mizuki team. Now please have a nice life in hell and send my regards to the Shinigami and be sure to tell the Yandane that he is a coward as well as an idiot. I knew you were a demon. Mizuki gasped out, making Naruto frown, and the Jinchuriki stabbed him in the stomach. Now let's get something straight here. I am not a demon. I am a Jinchuriki, a human whose life was sacrificed because of one man's cowardice. He yanked it back forcefully, making Mizuki back up, holding his stomach, and fell dead. Welcome to hell, bitch. Naruto said as he spat on Mizuki, then he had a sick idea. He walked towards Mizuki and relieved himself on his head before turning to Iruka. Are you alright, Iruka-sensei? Why yeah, thanks, Ritaxin. My name is Naruto. You have earned the right to actually call me by my real name, Iruka-sensei. Then the ANBU showed up and Naruto commented, Wow, you guys are later by now. Mizuki would have been long gone with the scroll of seals. Damn, maybe I should have done pranks and wore a neon orange jumpsuit to have you guys chase me. Oh, well, sayonara, have fun with the cleanup crew, and he is dead, so you have fun. The ANBU grabbed Mizuki's piss-covered, bloody corpse while Naruto took the scroll of seals and Iruka back to the hospital, but left the real thing hidden in the forest and later made a copy of the scroll to return it after the Hokage went home. Naruto came home and called out, "Hey, Yugao, I am home." The two lovers came out to see Naruto in his blood-stained clothes, making Hate comment, "Oh, for the love of all that is holy, Naruto, what the hell? This is the 5th time this month that you came home covering in blood." "Hey, the last one was justified. You would kill the bastard too if he tried to stab your nuts with a potato peeler. Anyway, turns out that Mizuki tried to go rogue and take the scroll of seals along with killing Iruka-sensei. I was in the area and stopped it by fighting him. He should be in the morgue by now with a hole in his stomach." Yugao replied, "You are well in your right and acted accordingly. You did that to give Sarutobi more paperwork, didn't you?" "That, and Iruka-sensei was very kind to me, strict on the teaching, but kind. Well, I'd better go get some rest, so I can report the events despite the fact that he was probably watching the whole thing." Yugao said, "Good night, Naruto." As the boy went upstairs, Yugao sighed, "Haikun, our village is full of idiots including my sensei. The more they push, the more brutal Naruto become." Hate replied, "I know, my love, life has been a bitch to Naruto and Konoha has made him into who he is today. I just pray and hope that some dumbass is not stupid enough to harm those that he holds dear, or else Naruto will become an unstoppable force to crush this village down to its roots, and I, for one, will not help this village when the time comes." Next day, Naruto appeared in front of the Hokage and the council. "Welcome, Nar. Ritaxin, I will not tell you again, Sarutobi." "Welcome, Ritaxin, please have a seat." "I prefer to stand, Hokage-sama," Naruto said. Everyone heard the laced venom in Naruto's voice as he said Hiruzen's title. "Can you please tell us the events of last night's encounter with the deceased traitor Mizuki?" Shini Aburame asked. Naruto's voice changed into a polite tone as he answered, "Certainly, Shini-sama. I was practicing my skills in the forest, considering that I have no privacy in the damn village since I am the Kyuubi Jinchuriki and my seemingly volatile nature. Also, Sarutobi was spying with his crystal ball." The Haruno spoke up, "Your privacy was not breached. Ritaxin, you have killed over 11 villagers and 3 of our ninja. All of them were Chunin level." Naruto replied, "Because of the fact that they attacked me and broke the law of the Sandaime, that the younger generation, including myself, was not to know about the Kyuubi, and my proposed threat was not to be called monster, freak, demon, etc. I am not a time bomb, plus you wouldn't want to be interrupted during your sex with most of the civilian council, Hamura, Sarutobi, and more importantly, the late Fugaku Uchiha." Saya Haruno paled in fright as Mikoto growled at Naruto as she activated her Sharingan to intimidate him. "Care to elaborate on that accusation, Naruto-san? Choose your words carefully, and if you are lying, I will know." The Jinchuriki walked up to her position and stared into her eyes, making the ANBU tense up and their hands inch closer to their weapons. He took out 5 pictures from inside of his shirt and set them face down in front of her. As he flipped them over, the pictures of Fugaku Uchiha and Saya Haruno got more raunchy and promiscuous as Naruto flipped over them. He watched in amusement as Saya's face blushing at the memories and paling at Mikoto's expression. The Uchiha matriarch's hands were trembling. "Do you recognize any distinct marks that you know are on your deceased husband?" the Jinchuriki asked. "Yes, the birthmark on the left shoulder is shaped like a pentagon. It is real," Mikoto said quietly. Kushina replied, glaring at Naruto for causing her friend pain. "Miko-chan, it could have been a trick. He could have used a genjutsu." Naruto sighed, "For the last time, you stupid bitch, I don't know any illusions. Hell, I can't even perform a genjutsu because of my immense chakra that your husband owes so happily sealed into me. The only thing that is good about it is that I am immune to genjutsu. Oh, and you can thank Itachi for giving me the information about your husband, Mikoto-san. As the saying goes, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer." He did a white lie. He could do illusions with Section's lexicon, but he would have to get that person or people inside the book to actually activate it. Sarutobi began, "But we are not your enemies." "Ha, not my enemies, that deserve another laugh. Ha! I could see the greed in your eyes. You wanted me to be loyal, to be a living weapon since I held the Kyuubi and now my own Kekkei Genkai. The civilian council looked like they were going to pay off some civilian whores to gain my trust and impregnate them with my seed. Old mummy man wants my power under his thumb. In my eyes, you are the enemy. The rest of you, I am a bit wary of you except the tomato head." Just then Kushina attacked Naruto, who took out one of the whirlwind lances out to block her katana. "You know, I would kill you right now for attacking me, but I would rather make you suffer just living as a reminder of your husband's failure." Kushina growled and the Sandaime shouted, "Kushina, compose yourself and stand down. This is a meeting, not a battlefield." The Namikaze matriarch sat down, glaring at Naruto while Mikoto whispered, "When did this happen and how did Itachi know? When did this start?" Naruto's eyes softened a bit and said, "Are you sure that you want to know, Mikoto-san?" The Uchiha matriarch bit her lip as tears of anger, hurt and betrayal threatened to fall. "Yes. It started 2 years before the massacre happened. Itachi knew something was up with Fugaku, but he couldn't prove because the bastard was too slippery. One night I overheard him talking about his predicament to Taka and decided to do it because of good stealth training and excellent blackmail in case Fugaku would try anything against me. I watched both Fugaku and Saya's patterns every Thursday and Sunday. They got busy at the hotel, signing in as Yusuke and eyeing Hibiki. After 2 hours, the henge on both of them would fall. Saya shouted out, "That is not true." "Shut it, wench, or I will rip out your tongue. I will deal with you later." Mikoto spat out in hatred, turning her red eyes upon the Haruno. "Please continue, Ritaxan-san," the Uchiha matriarch said as she turned her gaze on her. "Actually, you just earned the right to call me by my real name now. Nice intimidation act, by the way. Anyway, I set up in the closet and used a camera equipped with night vision and also without flash or noise. I also have a video of it if you didn't believe the pictures. Why did you wait until now to reveal this? 1. You were in love with the bastard and in mourning, therefore you wouldn't have believed me at all. 2. False security for the Haruno to believe her dirty little secret was safe. 3. I couldn't get close enough because Fugaku would have harmed you and a friend of mine in your clan to control my actions. 4. You are friends with the tomato bitch. There was a possibility that she would have brainwashed you into thinking that I am the sword instead of the sheath. 5. In case that said brainwashing was believed, I would have used the information to make sure you lose your status and give it to Itachi his rightful place. To be honest with you, a shame he went rogue. Who is this friend of his in the Uchiha clan? Kushina thought, I may be able to use him or her as leverage against that demon, but I just hope that Miko-chan doesn't find out about it. I see. Thank you for being honest with me, Naruto-san. What? You can't be serious to believe this boy over your husband? A random member shouted. Let's see, pictures that were confirmed by Mikoto-sama herself, check. Haruno's dirty glances at me and the fact that her palms are sweaty and trembling, plus the ashen look on her face confirms her guilt. On top of that, the Jinchuriki said as he grabbed the TV in the corner. Naruto took out a tape and popped it into the TV and pressed the play button to reveal Fugaku and Saya going at it like rabbits in heart. And the evidence of the two fucking like there is no tomorrow proved my word against Haruno and the deceased husband. Do you have any proof that I am lying? The one who said the outburst said nothing as he stared at the tape. The shinobi side was in disgust while some of the council members including Sarutobi were fidgeting, considering that most of them were, well, how you say, acquaintanced with Saya Haruno's services. Mikoto was furious, so furious that he chakra exploded out of her and was visible. I am going to kill you, bitch! She shouted as she stalked towards Saya, who was whimpering in fear, but Naruto appeared in front of Mikoto and said, I can't let you do that, Mikoto-san. Give me one good reason why. Her child, hers and Fugaku's Takashi Haruno is actually Takashi Uchiha. Saya gasped, how do you know that? Remember, I am immune to genjutsu, but I have to say it took me a while to figure out that seal that Fugaku placed on him before he died. Naruto replied. But that doesn't change the fact that I can't kill her. I have grounds to go it. Mikoto said, her hand twitching in a claw motion. Naruto said, you are right, but I have a better idea. Let her live, but to make her regret her decision by exploiting her weakness, by taking the one thing she craved and cherished, by taking her son away with no visitation rights whatsoever. Saya's eyes widened and she immediately knelt at Naruto's feet. No, please don't do that. Anything but that. He is my boy, my child. I would rather have her kill me 1,000 times than to bear the reality that I can never see my son again. Mikoto said, giving her a sickly smile, you should have thought of that before you slept with my cheating bastard of a husband. The good thing from him was my son Itachi, and now he is gone because he snapped and killed his clan for power. Naruto, I will take your decision wholeheartedly. Saya screamed as she clutched at Naruto's pants. Please don't let her do this to me. Naruto closed his eyes. Saya-san. Yes? Her face changed to horror as the sadistic smirk appeared on Naruto's face. Welcome to hell, and I told you before, karma is a bitch. I told you this before when you gave me this lovely scar on my collarbone, remember? He lifted the collar down to show the Roman numeral for 9, and the Haruno crumpled to the ground, weeping. I made you lost your reputation, made you lose your power as a council member, and now I have killed you by making you lose your son, the thing you cherished most. Thank you for giving me the pleasure of taking it away. Naruto said as he walked away from the weeping shell formerly known as Saya Haruno. Anbu, please remove Saya from this room, take her home and watch her closely, please. I fear that Sakura-san will be an orphan if she is left alone, Sarutobi said. Then Naruto looked at Kushina and gave her a creepy eye smile. Just as you saw Saya walk out the door, don't think I won't hesitate to do the same with your daughter. Kohara jumped in by saying, are you insane? You dare to threaten the well-being of Takiko Namikaze? Of course not, don't get your granny panties in a knot. I am merely stating a fact, a warning. In fact, Lady Namikaze would try to do something, how you say, rash. Now back to the reason why I am here. I heard Iruka-sensei and Mizuki team fighting and went to investigate. After Iruka-sensei was incapacitated, I stepped in to help. Mizuki tried to frame Sensei after I appeared, but I knew that he secretly resented me and was always discriminating against me and my friend Shino since he was my first sparring partner and knows what a true burden is. We fought, and at first, I was going to leave him alive, but he decided to piss me off, so I killed him. By the way, old man, your ANBU are slow, or was it the reason that you noted that Irika was a friend of mine that you sent the ANBU late, Sandane? The old man said, what are you talking about? I sent the ANBU to find Mizuki. And yet a Chunin schoolteacher found him hardly believable. I tell you what, how fast can your ANBU go since my clone is about to kill your grandson along with his tutor, Ebisu, in 5 minutes. Umbu. Find Konohamaru now. The ANBU dispersed immediately and then they came back. Hokage-sama, there was no clone in the vicinity. 3 minutes and 43 seconds, yet your ANBU got to our location in 10 minutes. Care to explain? Naruto said, looking at his nails. Sarutobi glared at Naruto as he said, I don't care if I owe you, Ritaxin. Don't ever dare threaten anyone precious to me, understand? Crystal, since that you just helped confirm my theory, now if only you showed that much passion 7 years ago, considering you made the title of Hokage to basically be the council's bitch. Never got that question right on the test though. Tobirama-sama and Hashirama-sama would be so disappointed in you, Hiruzen. Sarutobi glanced at the council to find that they were disgusted with him. Well, the shinobi sighed of course and thought, Naruto, you have really changed. What have I done? I have made you into a monster, and now I have to be more wary of you because of this mistake. So, Hokage-sama, am I dismissed? Naruto said, his voice breaking the old man out of his thoughts. Hiruzen replied, why yes, you are. Naruto nodded and left the room while Shikaka Nara said, well, that went well. Basically now the council is his bitch now. Chozo replied, how do you suppose that, old friend? For one, every clan here has helped Naruto in some indirect way except the Namikaze clan and the majority of the Uchiha clan, but he is still wary of us as a whole. The civilian council he hated with a passion, so he must have loads of information and dirt on them as well as the elders and Hokage-sama. In essence, we are screwed. Then the Nara clan had thought, not only that he had gained the aid of the Uchiha clan through uncovering the affair with Fugaku and Saya, discredit one of his main oppressors as well as making her a shadow of her former self. On top of that, he just proved that our Hokage was trying to make Naruto into a weapon by using Irika's death. Yeah, this is troublesome to say, but we are fucked. What do you mean we? Kushina inquired. I mean that all of the minor clans including one of the major clans have helped him in the past. The civilians have inflicted pain on the boy until he turned 7. You loathe him for taking your husband, and Sarutobi-sama is mad that his wife is gone and is trying to condition Naruto into a living weapon. Kushina defended the Hokage. The Hokage was justified in his actions. Didn't you hear him threaten my child? He didn't threaten your child, he just warned you about crossing the line with him, and also can you blame him? After all, you are the former Jinchuriki, and Takiko-chan serves a constant reminder of the what-if scenario, the scenario of having a normal life with your daughter revered as a hero and being the heir to the Namikaze clan. Plus he believes that you have instigated some of the attacks, but he can't seem to prove it. He knows the love for your daughter and the love of Sarutobi-sama for his grandson. He will exploit that love and destroy you from the inside out. Inoichi shuddered a bit. He sounds like a miniature version of Ibiki. Hayashi replied, no, he is worse. He is a mixture of him, Itachi and Orochimaru. To tell you the truth, if we keep pushing him to the edge, he will become the second coming of Itachi, but the only thing is only a bare minimum will survive from his rampage. Attacking him or anyone that he deems precious to him is an act of war against him. The civilian council visibly paled in fear while Kushina, the elders and Sarutobi were stoic, but inwardly there was a hint of fear. Pray for mercy for who tries to piss off Naruto, for he will show no mercy. Naruto the Jinchuriki walked into the classroom to see Irika with gauze pads on his face and his right arm in a sling. Well, you look like shit, Sensei, said Naruto with a mirthless chuckle. Very funny, thanks for helping me, Naruto. I would have never thought that Mizuki would betray us like that. He pretended to be my friend from the start, all of those years, resenting me because of the attention that I was given when my parents were killed. Irika said, he even played Tsubaki-chan, his girlfriend. Humph, I am glad that the bastard is gone. I just hope that the girlfriend will not attempt to kill me. Also watch your back, Sensei. There are people with tremendous power that will try to kill you indirectly because of your association with me. What kind of people? Questioned Irika. The kind of people that will sacrifice countless lives for the sake of one dead person and another person's loyalty. That is all I can tell for now. Soon afterwards, students began to pile into the classroom, chattering about their new status as genin, and some were curious about Irika's state. Sensei, what happened to you? Sakura asked. Where is Mizuki-sensei? Mizuki is no longer with us. He tried to defect from the village with the scroll of seals, but I was about to stop him along with the help of a friend to deal with him accordingly. He is in prison now for your teams. Flashback: the Hokage gathered up his jonin to assign them the teams. Alright, Kurenai-san, who would you like? Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Abirame. These three would make an excellent tracking team with their unique Kekkai Genkai. The Genjutsu mistress stated. Alright, now Asuma-kun. The smoker said, I will do the next generation of the Ino Shikacho formation again. Their jutsu complemented each other as a capture and retrieval team as well as interrogation. Which means Kakashi, you get Takiko Namikaze, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Ritaxin. Sarutobi said with his pipe in his mouth. Hold it. I will take the Ritaxin brat myself. A voice piped up. Everyone turned to see that it was Anko Mitarashi, looking at them with a dango stick in their mouth. For one, that kid got more skills with that bloodline of his. He would be perfect for assassination and espionage with his stealth along for assault. It has been a while since I have taken on a student. Sorry, Mitarashi, but I will be training him. Oh, bullshit, you just want him to make him your stress reliever and keep an eye on him, besides the way you teach sucks ass. The Hokage shouted, enough. Team 7 will have Kakashi as their sensei and Naruto will be paired with Anko as his sensei. Dismissed. Yendi flashback. Team 7 will be Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, Q evil fangirl squeal, Takiko Namikaze, Q fanboy scream, fangirl wail, smirk on Uchiha and head banging against the desk. Team 13 will be only Ritaxin, Q glares and awkward silence. Team 8 will be Shino Abirame, Hinata Hyuga and Kiba Inuzuka. Team 10 will be Shikamaru Nara, Ino Yamanaka and Choji Akimichi. Team 11 Irika continued until he announced all of the teams. Now you will have a 30-minute break, so try to use this time to get to know your teammates. The Chunin said, and then he gave an apologetic look at Naruto. Takiko chose the time to move from her seat and go to Naruto's position in the back. So it looks like we are going to be teammates, huh, Ritaxin-san? She said, I'm Takiko Namikaze, pleased to be working with you in the near future. Naruto raised an eyebrow at Takiko's outstretched hand and said, why are you talking to me, Namikaze? Don't you have something else better to do than talk to me? Takiko rubbed the back of her head, well, no, not really. Sakura refuses to believe that I don't like Sasuke. Sasuke seems to like me, but it is creepy and I never got a chance to know you because you always seem to disappear. I intend to keep it that way, Namikaze, because I don't trust you, any of you. Why is that? Did your mother put you up to this? So you can get close to me and then kill me? What? No. Ka-san didn't want you to be friends with you in the first place. Then we have no business here, please leave. Takiko whispered, look, I know what my father did to you is wrong, but I am not the reason for you to be angry or aloof with me. Naruto finally took his head from the window to stare at her with his cold, dark blue eyes. Really, tell me, if our positions were reversed, if I was you and you were me, you wouldn't resent me because I am the constant reminder of what my life could have been. But you are right, I am not mad at you, I am mad at your idiots for parents. Your mother and I used to be in a similar situation, but anyway, I will only tolerate you because you are a comrade. I have no intention of becoming all buddy-buddy with you, and just to clarify with you, if you or your mother tried to kill me or one of my friends for no reason at all, I will make sure that you are wishing to join Yandame team in the pits of the Shinigami stomach. Takiko looked fearfully into Naruto's eyes and saw as his eyes became cold as chips of ice. She left and sat 2 rows in front of him as she thought, shaking, that was real killing intent, he really was serious about killing me. You know that was not very nice, Naruto-kun. Tomomi said, she sounded sincere. I know, but she has given me no particular reason to trust her at all, Tomomi. Remember, even the most sincere person can be the most dangerous of all, and don't say that I don't trust you at all. I have been in contact with you for 6 years and your eyes can't lie, there is no reason not to trust you. The vixen said, all I am saying is to give her a chance to prove herself. If I am wrong, you can punish me in any way you want, and I will not object. Deal, but I am not doing the second thing, it will make me feel like I am one of those assholes. Hey freak, what did you say to Takiko-chan? Sakura's shrill voice rang throughout Naruto's ears. That is none of your concern, bitch, now run along and act like a slut for the Uchiha, considering you have better things to do than to mess with little old me. Naruto retorted in an annoyed voice. Sasuke glared at Naruto partly because Sakura did just that and because he was talking to his supposed girl, Takiko Namikaze. Then Anko came in, Ritaxin. Naruto got up and followed her, leaving Team 7 to be picked up by Kakashi in the next 2 hours. Alright, we are all here now for the introductions, state your names, likes, dislikes, hobbies and dreams. Anko said. Why don't you start us off, sensei? Fine, I'm Anko Mitarashi, my likes are snakes, dango, training, parties, my friends and the forest of death. My dislikes are arrogance, fangirls, some of the council and one of the Sannin. My hobbies are partying and eating dango, my dream is to kill said Sannin and maybe settle down with a man that can handle me. Alright, Gaki, your turn. My name is Ritaxan, not my real name, but this village except a few choice people have earned the right to know it. My likes are weapons, the minor clans, the Hyuga clan, my friends, whose names I will not tell, Taijutsu, former Anbu Nico, Okami and Itachi, Anbu Kuma, my sensei and putting idiots in their place. My dislikes are this village. Most of its inhabitants, Kakashi, Kushina, Sarutobi, the Uchiha. Excuse me, let me clarify, all of the Uchiha that got killed by Itachi. Naruto paused to say, thank you, Itachi. My hobbies are training and writing. As for my dream, well, I will let you try to figure it out yourself. Namake's residence Takiko came inside her home while saying, Ka-san, I am home. Kushina rushed out to her daughter and hugged her tightly. How are you, sweetie? Did he hurt you? I was watching on the orb. No, Ka-san, I tried to talk to him about why he hates us so much. I told you already, he is the Kyuubi. He hates us because he lost his power when he fought your father. No, Ka-san, he hates me because I remind him of an alternate solution that Toussaint could have taken, and he hates you because of something that you did to him in the past, and the fact that he said that you and him were the same once. Kushina replied with a smile, he is lying, my daughter. Really? So if I was in his shoes, what would you do if I was the Jinchuriki? Takiko said with a bit of conviction in her voice. Kushina bit her lip and was able to avoid the question, thanks to the timely arrival of ramen, making Takiko temporarily forget about her question, and the Namake's matriarch thought in anger, looks like I am gonna have to pay a personal visit to the demon fox. Hate residence, you got Anko-chan as your sensei? Yugao said in shock. Naruto sipped his green tea and replied, yep. Yugao said, I see. Oh, by the way, I heard about Saya Haruno. She tried to commit suicide twice today. How did you manage to get the pictures? Naruto said, remember when I broke the lamp and you sent me to bed early? I snuck out to get the pictures since you and Hayate and I were on patrol duty. The purple-haired swordswoman said, I hope you know what you are doing, little brother. She might try something on those girls you secretly associate with. The Jinchuriki replied, I don't think so, because then I would have to horribly maim Sakura, and she doesn't want to risk the life of Takashi, although I wouldn't do that. She loves that banshee of a daughter too much now that she is too valuable to lose, since she is trying to win the Uchiha's favor. Uchiha is the only one that I am worried about. Sasuke knows about the relationship between Aang and me, therefore he will try to harm her, and even though Hate is capable of protecting her, I don't think it is not enough, which is why Mikoto-san will most likely try to find me about the favor she owes me since I revealed the affair between the bastard and the banshee to her. The Yuzuki replied, hopefully she will see the arrogance in her son. The council elders have been too lenient to him because he is the apparent heir to the Uchiha clan. Naruto snorted, I refuse to believe that he is the heir. Itachi is the rightful heir, and I will make sure that the elders and Sarutobi will pay for placing the burden on him. They knew that he was a pacifist after the events of the Third Great Shinobi War. Yugao reached over and gave Naruto a hug. I know, little brother, I miss him too, don't worry, they will get their punishment, just bide your time. Thanks, Nei-chan. Now I got a mission along with Hayate-kun and Aang-chan. I will be gone for a few weeks. Can I trust you not to destroy the house? Maybe, the Jinchuriki replied cheekily. Yugao smiled and lightly pinched Naruto's cheek. I will see you later, Naruto. Bye, Nei-san. Try not to get pregnant and traumatize Aang along with the way. As Yugao disappeared quickly via Shunshin, Naruto smirked at his victory as he noticed her light blush. Well, I have practically nothing to do and the bastards are watching me, so I guess that I will just lay low. The boy thought. Uchiha Complex. Mikoto watched as Takashi Uchiha played with a playmate of his own. He had the trademark Uchiha hair and his mother's features, including the jade eyes, making him an outcast much like her niece, Aang, but Mikoto was not having any of that. She sighed at the events that happened over the course of 5 years. First, Itachi isolates himself and suddenly kills the whole Uchiha clan except the children, her, Sasuke, Aang and the elderly. Next, Naruto, the pariah of Konoha, reveals that her supposed faithful husband was having an affair with Saya Haruno behind her back. Now her eyes were clear to see the corruption within Konoha and able to see that the civilian council along with the works of her husband corrupted her youngest son as well. In essence, her family was dead. Usually someone with that kind of information would want a favor. Well, I'd better go and see what he wants. Mikoto thought. Aang. Mikoto said, please watch Takashi until your sensei arrives and make sure that he is with Kurohime when Hayate-san comes. I have to run an errand. Yes, Oba-san. Mikoto disappeared in a specialized cane Shunshin to meet Naruto. Suddenly there was a knock at the door and Naruto thought, who could that be now? Chapter 3 Rippling Waves. Naruto strode to the door after activating his bloodline and opened the door to see an Anbu, but the only difference was that he had the word "na" etched on his mask. Root, eh? What does Danzo want with me? Naruto asked in amusement. The Anbu replied, I was told not to be surprised that you knew about the organization. My name is Toryun. Danzo-sama has requested me to escort you to his home personally. Fine, Naruto answered as he stepped forward and made a ram's seal. A sound was heard like a door being locked. Security seal, just in case someone is stupid enough to infiltrate. Oh, and one more thing, Naruto said as one of the lances appeared with ink over the blade's tip. Never try to outfox a fox, let's go. Torian thought with a bit of shock. He was able to detect Sai's technique, but that is impossible. He is the best of our infiltration corps. But the ANBU calmly nudged the thoughts to the side and took Naruto's shoulder in a shunshin. Danzo's abode Hyo and Naruto appeared in front of Danzo in his heavily bandaged glory. Welcome, Ritaxan-san, Danzo said. Welcome to my home, guards, please leave us. The guards left without a word and Naruto said, it is a bit dark for my taste, but what matters is that it suits you just fine. Now on to business. Straight to the point, I see I would like to interest you in a position in joining up with my root organization. I could use someone of your caliber in there, Danzo said in a serious tone. The hidden underline is that I know things that Sarutobi has hidden well from you, and by joining you, you get to protect your secrets, exploit his own, and have the Kyuubi's power at your disposal, correct? Naruto deduced. Danzo frowned a bit, but answered, that is a strong accusation, Ritaxan-san. I have no intention in controlling it, nor I have any methods to do so. Oh, so the sharingan that you took from the dead Uchiha that were implanted in your right arm along with the Mokutan cells, plus that bastard Shursui's sharingan in your right are false? Danzo's face showed nothing, but his mind was working overtime to see if he could get the even playing field. Look, Danzo, I will not mince words with you. I will not reveal your secrets to anyone unless you threaten my friends. We have both seen the result a few hours ago. Besides, we have a common goal. To get rid of Hiruzen Sarutobi or discredit him enough to make him hide in shame. We both believe that he shouldn't be in office as Hokage because he is weak. So here is the deal, you stay out of my way and I will stay out of yours. You may have the resources to control the Kyuubi inside me, but you don't want anything to happen to your daughter, do you? Danzo's eye widened. You? Naruto interrupted, I am doing the best I can to keep the old monkey from realizing the connection between the two of you, but I can't do that with your breathing down on my neck. So just keep on doing what you are doing. I will do my best to keep her safe, even though you know my friends. I know about that arm and your daughter. Even you can't kill your emotions, Danzo. The Jinchuriki moved to leave, but Danzo spoke up. Naruto, does she know anything at all? I am going to let that slide for now, and the answer is no. Do you want me to tell her at your request, Danzo-san? Naruto said respectfully. No, I think it will be best that she doesn't know until I have reached my goal or I am dead. But that comment you said earlier, you wouldn't dare hurt her. I can see it in your eyes that you care for her as well. Naruto replied, I could say the same about you. You look like you wanted to kill me on the spot for suggesting it, but I will be damned if anyone hurts her. She has got your tactical mind and abilities. Danzo let a smirk appear on his face. I know that for a fact. I have been watching her from a distance for quite some time. Please take care of her. I will, Danzo-san, just don't get killed, alright? Naruto disappeared via teleportation since he purposefully left one of his weapons at home, and Danzo said to himself, it seems he may have recreated the Hiraishin. He will be perfect for you as a husband. Danzo took out a kunai and lazily tossed it through the air to embed it into the wall. If you could observe the wall, you would have seen that the point has pierced and pinned an annoying fly to the wall through its thorax. I am sorry for not being there for you, Tenten. Hate residents, I can't believe that I bargained with Tenchan's life, much less her own father. Am I really that heartless? Naruto thought. No, it is just your mind going on. You are too used to threatening people with their innermost secrets, and or family, Naruto-kun. Tomomi. You haven't been visiting much lately, Naruto-kun. Have you forgotten about me? Naruto replied warmly, how could I forget the woman who kept me alive and wondrous company for most of my life? Tomomi blushed a bit. Oh stop, you are making me blush. I always seem to have that effect on you anyway, so other than the fact that I have neglected you, what do you need of me? Tomomi said, I need you to do something for me in 6 months. I will be going into my heat cycle. Naruto asked, will this affect me in this world? Yes, if it is not satisfied, you could go on a sex run. Tomomi, are you asking me to have sex with you to avoid the trouble? The jailer felt his prisoner blush on this luscious skin of hers as she stuttered, why yes, I understand if this is too much for you. No, it is not. I will do it considering you did so much for me. How long you have been holding it back? The demon answered, 14 months, my fingers will not sate my needs anymore, I need something bigger. Naruto was quiet at the moment, and said, alright, in 6 months, alert me and I will help you sate your sexual needs. Tomomi whispered, thank you, Naruto-kun. Then the mental link went dead and Naruto sighed, well, ain't this a bitch, but on the bright side, I get to have sex with one of the most beautiful things that I have ever seen. Suddenly a knock came at the door and the Jinchuriki opened it without thinking, what the he narrowly avoided a katana strike and activated his bloodline. Damn it, wench, you damaged the floorboard. Yugaonichan is going to have my ass on a silver platter for this. The katana belonged to Kushina Namikaze and she was pissed. Here I am trying to maim your demonic ass and yet you are worried about the stinking floorboard. You are not as intimidating as Yagaone-chan. Anyway, what the hell are you barging in here for? Kushina gripped her sword, to maim you for threatening my family, my friend, and most importantly, my daughter. So you want a piece of me literally because I embarrassed you and threatened your daughter? Wow, aren't you pathetic? Fine, I will play with you for a little bit, but I'd rather not mess up the house. Yagaone will kill us both. Well, actually, she will just hit me and kill you, Naruto said before he moved out of the house for the second time this hour and strode to the training grounds with Kushina at his heels behind him. Training ground area 14, alright, now you can bust out your moves and try to hit me. Keyword, try, Naruto said as he picked up an unusual sword. It was shaped like a key, just like Oathkeeper and Oblivion, but it was way more different. It looked more like a key than the others. This is the Kingdom Key, isn't she beautiful? She was once wielded by a woman named Xian, but she was not a nobody like the others. She was made of memories by her other, Sora, and the reason that she was as she is because his strongest memory at the time was his lover, Kairi. Kushina replied angrily, what are you babbling about? Shut up and fight, you bastard, you will pay for threatening my daughter. Well, I did say I would kill her if she or you tried to kill me or my friends. You happen to same aim, so I won't do anything to her. At least you are smarter than some of the jackasses around here in this village, Naruto said nonchalantly. Why do you even bother living here? You don't care about anybody but yourself. On second thought, I take that compliment back. I gave you too much credit to begin with. Kushina launched herself at Naruto, who blocked her attack. Oh, I love a fast woman, Kushina growled and pushed forward to break the contact. Naruto skidded back and twirled himself to avoid Kushina's downward slash. Kushina twisted to give the Jinchuriki a kick in the chest, but Naruto caught her foot and threw her toward the tree. The Uzumaki corrected herself in midair to plant her feet on the trunk, quickly charging chakra to blow off the trunk with boosted speed. Naruto skillfully moved aside to let her pass into the ground. "Ach, that has got to hurt. Are you okay, wee lassie?" Naruto commented as she came out of the crater. "Don't mock me, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu." A clone appeared beside her, and she held out her hand while the clone spun her chakra in many different directions. How interesting, the Kage Bunshin only requires one hand sign, and that orb, no doubt that it is the Rasengan. She gathered her chakra to a single point, while the clone spun into many different directions. Well, aren't you useful, Lady Namikaze? Naruto thought to himself. Eat this. Rasengan. Naruto closed his eyes and opened them to reveal a burning red, nine-tailed sonic roar. The Jinchuriki let loose a powerful roar, dispelling the destructive jutsu and pushing the Jonin into the ground. "That's enough," Naruto said simply as he flashed past her and multiple blades slashed appeared all over Kushina's body. Then Naruto grabbed her head and slammed it brutally into the ground a few times, making her face become covered with small pebbles, dirt, and blood. Next, he dragged her by the foot all the way home in front of the whole populace, and no one dared to intervene in fear of Naruto killing them. They knew that Kushina was humiliated at that point in time. Finally, he reached the Namikaze household. Knowing that he couldn't be able to get through, Naruto threw Kushina's unconscious body to let her land on the porch of the house through the roof. A few minutes later, Takiko opened the door and looked at her mother, and then she gasped as she looked at Naruto with his arms crossed. "Next time, try to keep your mother on a leash. She is alive, but I could have killed her. I let her live because she amused me. I could care less if you are angry with me tomorrow, and you are welcome to try and maim me tomorrow during the test." Takiko said. "Why? Why did I spare her? Are you deaf, woman? 1. She amuses me, and 2. You are still a child, and a child needs her mother. The day you cease to act like one is the day she will die by my hand," Naruto said as he disappeared once again. Takiko looked at the spot that Naruto was at and gripped her fist to slam it strongly into the door, breaking it into splinters. "Damn it, Tusan, Ka-san, you are not making this any easier than it seems with your actions. How the hell I am supposed to save this damn family if you can't let go of your hatred of the Kyuubi, mother?" she thought to herself. Hate residence. Again, Naruto appeared in front of the house, and just as he touched the knob, Naruto-kun, he turned to see Mikoto Uchiha in front of the house and said, "Mikoto-sama, what is it?" "I need to discuss some things with you in private. May I come in?" The boy replied, "Sure, come on in and watch your step. Several of the floorboards have been broken recently and I haven't recently replaced them yet." Mikoto walked inside and sat herself on the couch while Naruto went into the kitchen to make some tea and fix the floorboards. As he fixed the floorboards with wood, hammer, and nails, Naruto said, "So what would you like to discuss with me?" "The reason that you revealed my late husband's affair to me because of something that you wanted, right?" Mikoto questioned. Naruto grunted as he replaced 2 of the broken floorboards. "Yes, that is correct." "Would you like to collect that favor now?" Mikoto said hesitantly. "Actually, as a matter of fact, yes, I would. I only need one thing from you," and that's. He paused momentarily as he saw Mikoto shrugging off her robe to show her black lace bra. Naruto covered his eyes and turned. "Mikoto-san, what are you doing? Returning the favor? This is what you want, is it?" The Jinchuriki laughed a bit and said, As much as I like the offer, but no, this was not what I wanted. Mikoto blushed as she covered herself up and the tea kettle went off, so Naruto moved away to get it. He poured some tea for himself and the Uchiha matriarch. What I want from you, Mikoto-san, is to protect Aang Uchiha, your niece, from certain people that want to harm her. Aang-chan, why? Naruto sighed. Have you seen your sons change? Sadly, the Uchiha matriarch whispered, yes, the council and Fugaka's teachings have stuck with him, even though I paid more attention to him than Itachi. Several times in the academy, I found out that Sasuke had somehow known about my relationship with Aang-chan and used her as the only way to spar with him. Since he is on that team along with that favoritistic bastard Kakashi Hatake, I feared that Ain's life will be in danger, therefore I need you to protect her. This is all I ask. That is it? You don't want me to be your sex slave or anything? Mikoto said incredulously. No, I don't want you to be my sex slave. You are a beautiful woman, Mikoto-san. There is no doubt about that in my mind, but I'd rather have a willing partner than force one. It would make me worse than your former husband. Mikoto teased, so you are attracted to me. Who wouldn't? You are strong, caring and pretty, though I wouldn't think that you would be attracted to me at all. Naruto replied calmly. Then Mikoto set her tea down and sauntered up to him. You saved me from being naive and helped me with my revenge against Haruno. A demon would have never done that without something devious in return for that. I am grateful to you. She grabbed his chin and planted a kiss on his lips. Naruto closed his eyes and returned it with gusto. He felt Mikoto's tongue slide into his mouth and sent his own to dance with her. Then the two separated, both blushing, and Naruto said, well, thanks for taking care of the hassle of getting rid of my first kiss. You are welcome, Naruto-kun. The Sagisa stood up and said, is there anything else you would like to discuss with me? Yes, my son Itachi. Did he tell you anything about why he massacred the men? Naruto said as he clenched his fist. Yes, Sarutobi, Hamura and Koharu along with Danzo ordered them to kill the whole clan, but Danzo told him to leave the elderly and young ones alone since they had no part in it. Itachi left you two alive because he loves you too much, as well as Sasuke. He also threatened if Sasuke was told, then he would release all of Konoha's dark secrets. Mikoto said, so the elders and the Hokage were the ones who caused me to lose 2 sons in a single night. Yes, they took my blood brother away from me, so if they don't want me to get medieval, I won't tell Sasuke about it because then he would shift his attention on not just the elders, but all of Konoha, meaning he would kill everyone. Danzo, he was the one that left him with family, so he would probably lose an arm or something. I can't believe this. Your late husband and those who were killed were part of a conspiracy to overthrow the Hokage. Sarutobi managed to hear a rumor and sent Itachi to spy, knowing that he loves Konoha and Sasuke than his own clan itself. When Itachi confirmed it, Sarutobi ordered it. Some of them tried to assassinate both him and Danzo, but both survived. Danzo used the opportunity to implant their sharingan in his arm. Mikoto said, even though they were my family, I can understand Danzo. The sharingan is a powerful tool to have. Exactly, so Danzo, in my opinion, is fine. The Uchiha matriarch replied, will he try to hurt us in any way? Only if you give him a reason to like trying to destroy Konoha, but other than that, he could care less. I am a potential threat, but he knows that I can't because of the risk of my friends getting hurt. I see. Well, thank you for telling me this. I will try to help you as much as possible. Thanks, but keep yourself on the down low. I don't want any repercussions to happen and have you suffer on my behalf because of your help, Naruto said. Mikoto nodded and left the house while Naruto went to sleep to get ready for his day as a ninja. Training Ground 44. Naruto and Anko. Naruto watched from above as Anko battled his clone and was able to get a stab in, dispelling the cone. Instantly the memories were transferred to Naruto and the boy whistled as he appeared on the scene. I didn't know you could contort that way? I didn't know that you know the Kage Bunshin. When did you learn it? Anko replied. I will tell you sometime later. Now shall we continue later? Naruto made the lance fly towards his hand and got into a stance. Anko pulled out a scroll and unsealed a broadsword with sections on it. A chain whip sword, eh? This should be interesting to see how good you are in it. Anko launched her whip sword at Naruto, making him dodge to the left and run at Anko. She quickly realigned it into its sword form and blocked Naruto's overhead strike. They jumped back with Naruto aimed to stab the woman, but Anko moved her head as after images of the wicked point came at her. The snake princess whipped at Naruto, and the Kyuubi Jinchuriki moved from his assault to block it. A cut appeared on his cheek as Naruto smirked. Nice. Next, a cut appeared on Anko's cheek and she licked the blood off of her sword. Your blood tastes so delicious. I don't know whether to be disturbed or turned on by that statement, Naruto said as he rushed at her and swung his lance at her, but Anko jumped and swung her sword at Naruto's head. He rolled forward as the tip struck the ground and rebounded towards his back, but he was protected by his weapon shield. Damn, almost absolute defense, Anko muttered. Just then Naruto grabbed his lance and threw it at Anko, who dodged to the side to embed itself into Kakashi's chest. Humph, I knew that son of a bitch would try something sooner or later. Looks like it was a reinforced Kage Bunshin. Naruto walked towards the clone and moved his headband up and then stabbed his Sharingan eye, making the clone dispel. That should give him something to think about. What did you do to him? Oh, nothing special, just told him that I kicked Kushina team's ass. Anko blinked and laughed. Kid, you must be asking for him to get a reason to kill you. That is one of the 3 things that you can't joke around with Kakashi at all, period. Then the bell rang and Naruto said, looks like our playtime is up. We better go, Anko-sensei. As Naruto was walking back to his house, he said, I know you are there, Cyclops. Kakashi came up from his hiding spot, Kubigaki. What the hell do you want, Cyclops? The council wishes to see you. Naruto smirked and said, fine. He did a seal and performed a specialized Kage Shunshin. Council room. Naruto appeared to see the civilian council scowling at him along with the elders and Kushina with her bandaged head, Mikoto with a small smile on her face, and the Hokage with an impassive look on his face. What the hell do you people want from me now? A cookie? Kohara said, Kakashi has informed us that you know a kinjutsu from the Scroll of Seals and we want to know why. Well, bitch, you bastards didn't pay me for my B-rank mission, and I believe that a law was passed by Tobarama Senju. If a ninja doesn't get paid for their mission, they can take a jutsu, which is equivalent to the rank. The Kage Bunshin is indeed a B-rank jutsu. We forbid you from ever using that jutsu again, Hamura stated. How about this for an answer? Naruto said as he flipped him the bird. Plus you don't have any expendable ninja to go and delve into my mind, considering of my constant guard on full alert. Anything else that you would like to discuss with me? You will be executed, Demon Fo, one of the civilians said, but never finished before he was killed by a lance courtesy of Naruto. Anyone else would like to say something? Naruto questioned. Nobody moved or breathed, and then Naruto relaxed as he made a Kage Bunshin and said to it, send that body to the Maka household and tell them that he was executed for breaking the Sandame's law, also tell them they have my condolences. The clone took the lance, which held the deceased Toshiro Maka quite firmly, and left out the door. Now what were we discussing about again? He asked. The unjustified assault on Kushina Namikaze. We have several witnesses seeing that you dragged her unconscious body to her house. Danzo said, inwardly smirking. Yes, so? So you will be her slave for the rest of your life after we breed your bloodline and take your knowledge of your jutsu. Naruto smirked as he took out a tape recorder, which played the whole conversation between him and Kushina. Well, since Kushina attempted to maim me unjustly, I think those consequences that Kohara-sama so generously suggested will be applied to her. Any? Koharu's face turned red and Kushina's face paled. As my first act, you will retrain your daughter in a different taijutsu style called Tai Chi for 3 months without any punches pulled. Her taijutsu sucks for some reason, due to the fact that the academy was biased and chose the Uchiha over her. Kushina gritted her teeth. I have to agree to the terms. If not, I will lose my power on the council and be discredited as dishonest. Fine, she replied. Good. Naruto said, by the way, I will be watching you to make sure that you do it. I will see you at Training Ground Area 14 after team meetings. Don't disappoint me, Lady Namikaze. Over 2 months, Naruto performed D-rank missions by himself, but never participated in them, partly because the one who was hiring them hated him and forbid him to do anything, so he never got paid. But for his compensation, he learned Magen, Narakami, Doton, Shinjuzanshu no Jutsu, Kanashibri, Kage Kanai, Kage Shuriken, and Kasumi Jesha. Finally, the Hokage had put a stop to this by assigning C-rank missions with Anko to help, since she refused to do any herself. 2 members of the team complained about unfair treatment until Anko nipped it in the nub gently, and by gently she said, look, the reason you maggots are doing D-rank missions are because none of you have ever killed. He has plus Uchiha. I don't trust your ass because of your piss-poor attitude. Haruno, you are practically useless and most likely freeze up if you killed someone, and I can't bring Namikaze because of the fact of IWA. Now shut up and dodge, you sons of bitches. Naruto, this time, got paid and had more experience along the way. Hokage's office team 7 minus Naruto and Anko came in with Tora for the 14th time. Every member except Kakashi were dirty and their clothes were disheveled and torn a bit due to the cat's strong resistance. Oh, Tora, I am so happy, Lady Shurjumi said, hugging the cat to death. Humph, no wonder it ran away, the genin all thought for the 14th time. Then a kick to the door came in and a bloody Anko along with a stainless Naruto came in. C-rank escort mission accomplished, Hokage-sama. Anko grinned. Must you bust open the doors like that? The Hokage asked in frustration. Naruto stated, it is for dramatic effect. Finally the Uchiha had enough, that's it. I refuse to do any more D-rank missions while the dope gets a C-rank. I want a C-rank mission. Damn, Anko mumbled as she handed her 500 ryo to Naruto. I told you that he was going to crack first. Iruka replied, Sasuke, you are only a fresh genin that has done only 8 D-rank mission, you need at least 20 D-rank mission to get a C-rank. Sakura said, but the dobe has done no D rank at all. Actually, I have done them, but because the client's words are law and he or she kept telling me not to do anything. 2. Because of the client's blatant lying, I didn't get paid, so I took jutsu in return, forcing Hokage-sama to let me get paid C rank missions along with Enko. I was able to get out of the village, away from you for an experience in the field. Sarutobi said, I am sorry, Sasuke, but C rank missions are only taken by Chunin and heavily experienced genin. Actually, let him have the mission, considering the fact that he is going to bitch about it to the council, and as the council's bitch, you have to do what they say. Enko stifled a laugh, Iruka and Takiko were shocked, Sasuke was amused, Haruno began to screech at Naruto and Kakashi, along with Sarutobi glared at him. The Hatake moved to bonk him on the head, but the Jinchuriki grabbed his arm, twisted it behind his back while tripping his legs from under him and sat on him. You got to be a bit quicker than that, considering you did help me with my reflexes. He looked at Sarutobi, who sighed, fine, I will give them the C rank, but you and Enko will have to go with them since they are inexperienced in this. Got it, now show us the client. The door opened to reveal an old man with a sake bottle in his right hand and a rope tied around his forehead. I paid good money for a mission and all I get is a bunch of snot-nosed brats, the man said. Naruto asked, would you rather us to decline the mission and let the bandits, or whatever else is in the woods, to get you? The man said nothing and Naruto replied, thought so. I'm Tazuna, a renowned bridge builder, and I expect you all to protect me at the cost of your very lives. Later, Team 7 arrived at the gate, and Takiko noticed that Naruto had a small smile on his face. I guess it is because he can get away from the village for a while. She thought, I can't blame him for it either. So, Tazuna-san? Asked Sakura. What? You are from the Wave Country, right? Tazuna answered, so what of it? Sakura turned to Kakashi. Are there any ninjas in that country? Kakashi said, no, not in Wave, but there are others. The culture and customs are different, but hidden villages do exist along with their own ninja. In many countries, the meaning of a shinobi village is that it has military power. An island country like Wave doesn't hold any interference with a shinobi village and therefore doesn't need any ninja protecting them. Within the various countries, the ones that stand out are Konoha, Kiri, Kumo, Suna, and Iwa. Thus they are referred to as the 5 great shinobi countries. They are ones that have leaders called Kages. The 5 Kages, Hokage, Mizukage, Reikage, Kazekage, and the Tsuchikage are the ones that rule over the thousands of ninja all over the world. Sakura said, so then we won't encounter any foreign ninjas? Kakashi said, of course not. There is never any kind of ninja combat on a C-rank mission, so the most action that you guys will see are usually bandits. Team 7 passed by a puddle and Kakashi glanced at it while he walked past it too. The puddle slowly rose up to show 2 men, and one of them shot out from the cloak into the air to wrap their bladed chain around Kakashi. Wah! Kakashi said. One down, Kakashi was reduced to bloody chunks and Naruto growled out, damn idiot. The Jinchuriki took out one of Whirlwind Lances and looked at them. Demon Brothers, from Kirigakure, Chunin level ninja. Primary skills are assassination. He thought as he threw his lance at them. The 2 dodged, but caused the point of the lance to pin the bladed chain to the tree through one of the chain holes. What? They said as Sasuke and Takiko rushed both of them with a flying kick to the face. The shorter one shouted, release the chain. The 2 ninja unhitched the chain from the gauntlets, and then the demon brothers separated, one poised to kill Takiko and the other poised to kill Sakura and Tazuna, but then Kakashi came to save the day. Well, that went well. Naruto commented, you know, that was very idiotic of you. I need confirmation. Oh, bullshit, you knew that the old man was lying through his teeth and the ninja were right there. Then the Jinchuriki rounded on Tazuna. Care to tell us a good reason for your lying, Tazuna-san? All I could afford was a C rank. Wave has been taken over by a tyrant named Gato. He seems legit on the outside, but he makes back alley deals with criminals in the underground. He has taken over the shipping companies and sucks the island dry of its resources. It's the main reason why I am building a bridge to prevent this, which makes me a target. Kakashi said, because of this factor, no doubt that is an A-rank mission. We will help you, Tazuna. Everyone nodded and continued on their way. But Naruto and Enko were thinking about it. He knew that Kakashi's reasons were simple enough to why he was continuing the mission: to get recognition, to boast that his team was the strongest, and to kill him and Enko. Ritaxan-san? Takiko asked, are you okay? Yeah, I am okay, let's go. Naruto said as he snapped his fingers, making the lance disappear from Sasuke's hand, and smirked at him. As they walked through the road after reaching the island by boat, Sasuke heard something and sent a shuriken through the bushes. Naruto, Kakashi said, and the Jinchuriki rolled his eyes as he retrieved a white rabbit. Uchiha was right, someone is here. Well, and guard, mysterious ninja. The boy thought. Congratulations, Uchiha, you got a rabbit, here is your shuriken back. Kakashi said, a white rabbit, it's springtime though. Naruto handed the rabbit to Takiko and heard a familiar whistling sound. Get down! Kakashi said as he pushed the client, Takiko and Sasuke down. Sakura was pushed down by Anko and Naruto decided to jump in the air and land on the spinning blade. As it slammed into the tree, a figure clothed in blue pants, camouflaged arm and leg warmers completed with bandages wrapped around his mouth and a scratched-out Kiri headband. You know, you are the first person to ever do that. Usually everyone ducked when I throw it. What is your name, kid? Name's Ritaxan, as known as the 13 Ninja. You must be Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the mist, raising money for another attempt to kill the Mizuki again, I see? Yes, but to do that, I kinda need to the old man to die, Kakashi interrupted. Not going to happen. Zabuza turned his eyes to Kakashi. Sharingan no Kakashi, I see. Why the demon brothers have failed, but to bring the 13 ninja with you for help as well. Sasuke questioned. 13? Zabuza chuckled. You don't know? This kid over here has various weapons on him, appearing out of nowhere. He destroyed 7 bandit camps, only leaving 1 witness to spread the word about him and a scar with the Roman numeral for 13, and the best part about it is that he has never been touched. He is listed as a C-class ninja. Sasuke glared at Naruto and Sakura shouted, whatever, Sasuke-kun is 10 times better than that baka. Naruto jumped down and walked past Kakashi. Well, I will let you deal with this, and you might want to take that Sharingan out. The Jonin glared at the boy and Zabuza took his sword from the tree to attack him. Clever bastard, he built up a good concentration of chakra. Kakashi thought. Kirigakure no Jutsu, Zabuza said as the mist swallowed him up. He's gone, Sasuke shouted. Kakashi said, he will come after me first since he is a master of silent killing. Don't let your guard up for a second. Zabuza's disembodied voice appeared as if he was everywhere in the mist. 8 choices: lungs, liver, spine, jugular vein, clavicle vein, brain, kidneys and heart. So many choices, but which one to go after? Kakashi made a hand sign to blow away the killing intent that Zabuza was producing as well as Naruto, but the rest of the genin were not so lucky and were shaken in fear. Sasuke thought as he gripped his kunai knife, what a dangerous and powerful ki. It feels like I will be killed if I make one single move. The intensity of 2 jonin locked in combat, fighting to the death. I can't bear the pressure. I'd rather just die and get it over with. Kakashi looked at Sasuke and said, calm down, Sasuke, I will not allow my comrades to die. Zabuza said, we will see about that. The ex-jonin appeared in the middle of the Manji formation and Kakashi pushed everyone away, while he stabbed Zabuza in the stomach, but he turned into water and Kakashi looked behind him to see Zabuza poised to kill him. Zabuza hit Kakashi, cutting him in half, and Sakura screamed in terror since it was right in front of her. The blood turned into water and Zabuza thought in surprise, what? Mizu Bunshin? He was actually able to copy me in this mist? Suddenly a kunai was pressed to his neck courtesy of Kakashi. Don't move. It's over, Zabuza, the jonin said. Zabuza laughed. He is right, Kakashi. There is no way that your monkey imitations can possibly defeat me, but you are quite impressive. You copied my jutsu at that moment you came down the brat. You had me distracted with that clone and hid your real self until I came out. Another Zabuza behind Kakashi finished his sentence. But I am not that easy to fool. The Zabuza popped in front of Kakashi and Takiko shouted, that one is a clone too? Kakashi ducked under Zabuza's horizontal slash, and Kubikiri Hocho dug into the dirt. Zabuza turned sharply, switching his hands on the pommel and sent a mighty kick to Kakashi, launching him into the water. Kakashi got knocked away by that much? Takiko thought. So he's strong in taijutsu. Sasuke thought to himself. Kakashi thought, why the hell is this water so heavy? Zabuza appeared, standing behind him. Fool. Suetun, Surin no Jutsu. Suddenly Kakashi was caught into a ball of water. Son of a bitch. Zabuza chuckled, I can't believe you fell for that, trying to hide in the water. Naruto deadpanned, he does have a point, you did fall for that, and plus he is a fucking water ninja. That was very smart of you, Kakashi. Well, my turn. Zabuza said, the kid is right. Mizu Bunshin no Jutsu. Sakura said, stop trying to show off, Rutabaka. What makes you think that you can defeat him? He ignored her and said, Anko, you deal with the clone on the edge. Duckass, Namikaze, bitch, try to protect the client considering that it is all you are good for. Tazuna-san, feel free to use bitch as a human shield. Naruto lifted his hand and a strong wind surrounded him to show his weapons. He mused to himself, what should I choose? What should I choose? Here we go. He grabbed a huge sword/tomahawk much like Zabuza's own, and it has 2 small holes much like Genesis. This is the Sky Splitter, held by a great warrior named Lexius, the silent hero. He was able to control this weapon with ease and could control Earth with it. Naruto said as he held up the sword in front of him as the rest of the weapons disappeared. That is an interesting bloodline you have. You are going to like it even more. Oh, and substitute yourself with a Mizu Bunshin, please. I'd rather not have anyone interrupting the fight. Zabuza did so and Naruto held the Sky Splitter in front of him and bowed his head, then he charged his chakra into it, making the blade glow a light green. He stabbed the ground, making a path to Zabuza, and then made a rock to launch it at him. The Kirigakure no Kijin dodged while Naruto took the time to attack. Zabuza took Kubikiri Hocho from his back to block Naruto's next strike. Nice form, you are pretty good, he commented. Well, fighting bandits on C-rank missions and living with people who practices sword styles does something to you, don't you think? Naruto answered with a smirk. Kakashi thought, that demon brat knows water walking? Damn it, Anko, that stupid bitch. The two swordsmen slashed at each other in perfect unison, up, down, and sideways, neither of them getting the upper hand. Naruto ducked under a side slash that threatened to bifurcate him from the waist down, and did a 360 turn to block his opponent's downward strike. You are good, kid, but I have more experience than you in wielding this kind of weapon than you. Zabuza commented, and Naruto replied, I know that for a fact, and you can't hit me because I am faster than you, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't give up so easily. Naruto launched a chakra blast wave at Zabuza, who slid to the right, and in turn, Naruto threw his tomahawk sword at Zabuza. The ex-Kiri ninja jumped over it with ease as he said in a taunting voice, nice try. But he wasn't surprised as Naruto smirked before his very eyes, and Zabuza sensed something foreboding and turned to see that the tomahawk came back like a boomerang behind him, poised to kill him from the waist down. What the? Damn, Zabuza thought as he switched himself with the only Mizu Bunshin in the area, therefore releasing Kakashi from his watery prison. Damn, it looks like our fight is going to be interrupted. We will continue this another time. I will see you in a week, so in the meantime, get stronger, you interest me more than Kakashi. Zabuza said as he disappeared into the mist, and Naruto let go of the Buster Sword to disappear and knelt on the water surface, panting a bit. Then he walked toward the shore to find a pissed Hatake. The Hatake said, I gave you a direct order to follow. Naruto interrupted, you don't control me since you are not my sensei, and last time your supposed leadership almost got your team killed along with the client, plus I couldn't have you running around looking for an opportunity to kill me, Hatake. Kakashi growled out, you are only a genin. And you are a jackass. I am not going to die on a damn mission because of your stupidity. You know well that Zabuza was going to kill you first, then us, and then the client. Well, maybe Anko and I would have actually lived. You would be the cause of losing the only male Sharingan wielder we have and your sensei's child, or maybe that is what you want, so you can get Kushina for yourself, any? Naruto said, whispering the last part. Kakashi said nothing for a moment, and saw the rest of them coming towards them. I will deal with you later. You are welcome to try, bitch. Kid, that was amazing. Tazuna said to Naruto, I take back everything I have said about you. Thanks. Sakura replied with a huff, trying obviously to get into the good graces of Uchiha and Hatake. Pfft, I bet Sasuke-kun and Kakashi-sensei could have beaten him without trying. And yet Kakashi was caught trying to defeat a water ninja by hiding in the water, and Uchiha, well, I don't know what his skills are, but he would only last a few minutes. That fight was actually my limit. Any moment longer, fighting with that sword, and I would have been defeated. I have never fought with that weapon before. Oh, well, at least I have another chance at fighting him again. Naruto said in a deadpan voice. Just how strong are you, Ritaxan-san? Takiko thought to herself. Tazuna's house. Tsunami-chan, I am home, called out Tazuna. Welcome home, Tusano, and I see that you have brought home guests. A dark-haired woman said, appearing at the doorway. Yeah, these are the people who have protected me along the way. Tsunami bowed in thanks. Thanks for protecting my father. The pleasure is all ours, Kakashi replied. I'm Kakashi Hatake and this is my genin team, Takiko Namikaze, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno. Anko said, I am Anko Mitarashi and this is my apprentice, Ritaxan. Kakashi continued, we will be protecting Tazuna from any threats until he finishes the bridge. Humph, nobody can defeat Gato, you guys are all just the walking dead. A new voice said. Everyone turned to see a kid with a yellow shirt, green overalls and a bucket hat on his head. Inari. Tazuna said, hugging him. Welcome home, Grandpa. Tsunami scolded her son lightly, but Kasen, they are all going to die. Sasuke replied, nobody can beat an Uchiha except another Uchiha. Sakura chimed in, yeah, Sasuke's the strongest genin from our village. Tazuna thought, yet Ritaxan fought Zabuza while that kid was nearly pissing his pants over his intimidating tactic, and the Banshee was just screaming and frozen with fear. Naruto replied, not entirely true, Hashirama Senju did defeat Madara Uchiha, who was revered as the strongest Uchiha in history. I wouldn't be surprised if your brother was considered close to his level. After all, he was a prodigy. Sasuke growled in annoyance while Inari said, I'm going to watch the ocean. Naruto commented as Inari went upstairs, charming kid you got there, Tsunami-san. Tsunami replied with a sad smile, sorry about that, my son has been through a lot. I see, so who did he lose? Tazuna and Tsunami both flinched, and Naruto continued as he pointed his thumb at the torn picture. The corner is ripped off. There is supposed to be a man's face, and judging by the smiles on your faces in the picture, he was someone very close. I am thinking he was a father figure perhaps. He must have been one of the few who stood up against Gato and paid for it with his life. Tsunami said quietly, he was a hero, his name was Kaiza. Tazuna said, Inari was the first to meet him after he almost drowned, trying to save his dog Pochi. When he returned with him to the house, Inari idolized him. Soon every day he and Inari would fish together. We were happy that Inari had found a friend. Tsunami said, so I fell in love with Kaiza and we officially became a family. He even saved the whole island from a terrible storm. Then Gato appeared and Kaiza was the only one who stood against him. Gato ordered his thugs to take Kaiza. They tortured him and then cut off his arms. Then early in the morning, Kaiza was taken to be put on display and killed him in front of everyone including Inari. On that day, Inari died. He gave up into despair and believes that no one can defeat Gato. So what you are building here is a bridge of hope, the hope that once resides in Kaiza-san. The Jinchuriki said, well then let's see what we can do for you guys. Tazuna said, you are going to help us? Yeah, at first I didn't give a damn since the mission was to escort you to your homes safely. But one Zabuza is not going to give up and I hate people that prey on the helpless. I think Gato has overstayed his welcome. Tazuna and Tsunami nodded. Then Kakashi said, well, team, get some rest. We will be training first thing in the morning since Zabuza will be back. The next day, Kakashi stood in front of Team 7. Now we will climb trees today. Sakura replied, we already know how to do that. You didn't let me finish, Sakura. We will be climbing trees using only your feet. Kakashi said. Takiko gaped, is that even possible? Yes, Takiko, I have told you about this when you were younger, remember? Not really, back then you were really boring when you lecture about things, Kakashi-sensei. The Hataki shrugged, anyway, you all have been utilizing your chakra wrong and wasting it. This exercise will help you actually save chakra in a fight or when you are doing jutsu. I will demonstrate. Kakashi put his hands in a ram seal to gather chakra to the soles of his feet. Then he walked up the tree trunk calmly until he reached a branch and talked to them upside down. Use these kunai to mark your progress, and it would be best to have a running start. Sakura, Takiko and Sasuke each picked a tree and ran at it. Takiko was able to get up a few inches further than Sasuke while Sakura got up half of her tree. Ritaxan, when did you learn this exercise? Kakashi asked. Naruto said, if I learned water walking, what made you think that I didn't know how to do this exercise? Second, who is the other sensei that we were assigned to? The Jinchuriki summoned the Sky Splitter, and then stabbed it into the ground. He made a cross seal, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. A clone appeared in front of him, and did the henge to make him just like Zabuza and his Kubikiri Hocho in his hand. Now to train, Naruto said as he hefted the sword and attacked Zabuza for the next few minutes, while the rest of Team 7 worked on the tree climbing exercise. Naruto knew that the Demon of the Mist preferred to use strong attacks to wear down his opponent down, and then kill him with a quick strike. He also knew that he had no power to match against Zabuza's strength and expertise in wielding a large sword. After all, he was overall at Chunin level with Kage level reserves. Also, he couldn't find the right trigger to activate Tomomi's chakra to its full extent. He could only summon a bit to augment his strength for only 5 minutes. Hey Dobe, tell me how to do this exercise and give me that sword, Sasuke shouted. The secret to that exercise is to calm down, and as for my weapons, you can suck the Hokage's left testicle and rub his right one, Naruto said as he grunted during his mock battle with Zabuza. Takiko stifled a giggle and almost lost her balance while Sakura shouted, you apologize to Sasuke and right now he is better than you will ever be. Naruto clashed against his clone and looked at her. Would you like me to kill you or make you an emotional shell of your former self just like your mother? Sakura gulped fearfully at the cold look and sweat ran down her face. She was so scared that she didn't even hear the part about her mother. Then we have an accord, Naruto said, turning his gaze on Zabuza and resumed his training. Eventually Takiko was able to figure out the hint and got up much faster than Sasuke, who was getting frustrated at everyone's progress until he was sated by Kakashi's promise to train him. Next day, Naruto was sent to help Tazuna, but unfortunately since the Banshee was able to get up the tree, she was sent with him. Sakura sat and yawned while Naruto did some help by summoning a multitude of clones. So where are the other two? Still doing the tree climbing exercise. The useless Banshee finished it on the first day, and I already knew it. Wow, you must be very strong for your age. No, that exercise took me 3 days to get that much chakra control when I did it on my C-rank mission. Banshee has very little chakra to manipulate. I have as much chakra as to Kakashi's, Naruto replied as he handed the beam to a nearby worker. Then a man by the name of Jichi approached Tazuna. Tazuna, I want to quit. Quit? What? Why? We will be done in only 2 days if the progress keeps up, the bridge builder said. Yeah, but I don't want to risk my family's well-being, Naruto butted in. You mean you don't want to sacrifice your own life for this village? Jichi flinched and Naruto said, then go be with your family. I am sure that Kaiza will be rolling in his grave over how cowardly this village has become. Don't you dare bring Kaiza into this, Naruto said with a smirk. Why not? What are you doing to do? You know that I can kill you in a blink of an eye. Chichi said, I don't care, I may be a coward, but Kaiser was a great man and he wouldn't want his name being used to compare against my cowardice, so if you speak one more time with his name, I will kill you. Naruto replied, now I wonder where that fire of yours was when he was executed on that day publicly in front of his own son. Chichi looked down and Naruto continued, Tazuna-san is risking his own life, his well-being and his family's own to help this village. The least you could do is help him. Don't you want to put smiles on those children's faces? Chichi looked up at Naruto's face and was surprised to see a tear running down his right eye. When I looked at them, they remind me of myself. No parents, no friends, just hungry, cold and alone. I have to fight within my own village to survive. I will not let them suffer like they did. Now the question is, will you let them suffer because of a spineless man that hides behind his wall of money? Chichi looked at the Jinchuriki and said, no, I will not let that happen, thank you, kid. And the old man went back to work with a new flame in his eyes, and Tazuna smiled at Naruto. Thanks, Ritaxin, you have a way with words, you should be a politician. It is a gift I have for some reason, I am always able to rekindle an old flame within a person. So we will be finished in 2 days? Yes, at the rate we are going and with your clone's help, we should be finished by either tomorrow or Friday. Naruto replied, if we don't finish by tomorrow, stop all construction and make sure nobody comes to work. Zabuza will be arriving on Friday and it is possibly that we may have to renovate the bridge a bit after the battle. Tazuna nodded, right. Then the bell rang to say it was 2 in the afternoon and Naruto said, lunchtime. Tazuna called out in a loud voice, alright, men, lunchtime, we will do this again at the same time. The men moved home to their respective homes and Tazuna was going to the market, but Naruto said, let's go home, I got this. Tazuna said, you got food supplies? Naruto patted his leg, which had a scroll holster. I stocked it with half of my resources from home. I never thought that I would need it since I thought this town was fine. The old drunkard smiled, you are one interesting kid, Ritaxin. Naruto smiled at the man, thanks, and also that is not my real name is Naruto X. I only tell that name to people that I trust. Tazuna smirked, Maelstrom, Well, you are an unpredictable person, it suits you. Yeah, come on, old man, let's go. Hey, I am not that old. You are over 50, which makes you old to me. Naruto and Tazuna left, forgetting one important thing, the sleeping form of Sakura Haruno, who woke up 15 minutes later and caught up to the 2 men. Time skip. 1 day later evening, Takiko and Sasuke were able to finish their training and Inari glared at all of them, especially Naruto. Then he had enough. Inari shouted, why do you guys bother to try so hard? No matter how hard you train, you are still no match for Gado's men. No matter what glorious claims you make or how hard you work, the weak will always get killed by the strong. Naruto said, you know, kid, you shouldn't assume things that people have not truly suffered at all. Inari shouted, I would hate to be like you, you don't know anything about this country or me, yet you are being so nosy. What the hell do you know about me? I'm different from you, you are always happy with your girlfriend and being cheerful, you don't know how hard life can be. Anko whispered, oh shit, you shouldn't have done that. Suddenly the room became cold and a mirthless chuckle escaped from Naruto's lips and slowly changed into full-blown laughter, making him sound like a crazed madman. I don't know nothing of how hard life can be, Ha! That was so funny I almost pissed myself. Let me tell your story. On my 5th birthday, guess what kind of presents I got? Come on, guess, Inari-kun. I bet you got toys on your birthday. No, not toys on my 5th birthday, I got nothing, only beatings and curses from my own village. They used different combinations to stop my abnormal healing factor for a few minutes. I have 2 prominent scars that I kept. Inari looked at him in surprise. What? Naruto pulled down his collar. This scar was given graciously to a councilwoman. She was a bitch to me, and this one, he pulled up his shirt to show his cross scar. This was given to me by a dog, no, a stray, flea-bitten dog that gets his ass ridden by an old monkey. Also, you are lucky that you even had parents. I had nobody until I turned 7. Inari huffed, you're all lying. Then how about a show for you precious memories? Naruto said as he touched Inari and sent his memories of the event. Inari gasped for a few seconds and then glared at Kakashi, who basically thought, oh shit. You bastard! Inari shouted at the Jonin and Tsunami said, Inari, stop shouting at Kakashi-san. No! Ritaxin, how can you justify that? That man in front of you is the one who gave you that scar. What? Everyone said except Sasuke. Is this true, Kakashi? Tazuna asked seriously. Ritaxin is not one to lie blatantly about something like this. Kakashi said, the boy had obviously been drinking, I haven't done nothing to him at all in the past. Liar! You were the one in that dog mask, you had the same voice and hair. You even took off your mask to show your face to him. Sakura shouted, that is a lie, nobody has ever beaten Naruto Baka. He is just lying to get attention. If you want the truth, Haruno, ask your heartbroken mother about when we arrived back at Konoha. Takiko whispered, Ritaxin-san is not lying. I was only 6 at the time and I watched Naruto was being chased by a mob outside my house. He has been beaten before. On that day, he came into school with bruises all on his face. Kakashi thought, damn it. He glared at Inari and Tazuna rose up to strangle him, but Naruto stopped. No, he is not worth it. But he caused you so much pain in your life. I know, I hate being with him on this mission as it is, but unfortunately he is useful at the village, plus I can cause him hell while I am on this mission, also the fact that Duckass here likes to ride his ass, so we are going to sleep on it. Naruto, Tazuna, Tsunami, Inari and Takiko left the table and went up to bed. Only Kakashi, Sasuke and Sakura remained. Then Sasuke ordered, Sakura, leave us obediently. The fangirl followed her knight in brooding armor's orders and went upstairs while he spoke. I know of a way to hurt him, Kakashi Sasuke said. Kakashi perked up. How? There is a person in my clan, a woman that he deeply cares about. If I tell you this name and all of her abilities, you will teach me and everything that you know, so I can defeat my brother and have that dope groveling at my feet. And one more thing, I want Takiko to be my mistress. I will need you to steer her close to me, so I can have her as my woman, Sasuke said, with his hands interlaced. Kakashi visibly bit his lip and thought, to hurt the one person that I hate the most, that took everything away from me, humiliated and sully me, I must sacrifice my dignity and my crush's daughter. My reputation or my loved one's happiness. Kakashi slowly opened his lone eye. I am so sorry, Takiko-chan. I will do it, but I can only persuade her. You will have to do the rest of the courting yourself and win her heart, Sasuke said. Then we have an accord. Her name is Ain Uchiha, a cursed child in our clan and the bodyguard of my family. She is still a genin under the tutelage of Gekko Hate. Her specialty are ninjutsu and genjutsu, along with kenjutsu, so her weakness is taijutsu, and she currently is taking care of Takashi Uchiha, adopted by my mother from Keiko Haruno. That is the best time to strike. Kakashi nodded and thought, maybe I could return little Takashi and have Keiko save my ass for insurance. She might not have her seat on the council, but she should have some pull around the council as well. The Jonin replied, alright then, Sasuke, your training will begin once we return to Konoha after team meetings. Right now, we have to focus on taking out Zabuza and any of his lackeys. Let's get some rest. Next day, Takiko came downstairs with a grouchy look on her face. She had met Sasuke in the hallway and he had the gall to hit on her, so what did she do? Well, she did what all righteous women did against jackasses that tried to force their demands on them. Well, she gave the Uchiha a well-placed and well-deserved knee to the crotch, where Sasuke's precious area that he will never use for a long period of time, much to Sakura's displeasure and Naruto's secret delight. Morning, Tsunami-san, where is everyone? She asked. Everyone is waiting for you and Naruto is back upstairs, sleeping. That boy must be a bit tired after comforting Inari and telling him about his friends. Friends? Yes, he has very few of them and prefers to keep them a secret, considering that he has no trust in the village. Tsunami answered, I don't blame him either, and that sensei of yours is a cruel man to do such a thing to a child. Takiko thought sadly, yeah, and the worst part is that I consider Kakashi to be my brother. Takiko left the house after their conversation to see a glaring Sakura, a pained look on Sasuke's face and an amused look from Tazuna, and while Kakashi was looking at his porn book. Alright, let's go. Naruto will stay here, so he can protect your family, Kakashi said to Tazuna. We don't need him in this fight. Humph, you said that last time and got your ass handed to you by a water ninja, remember? Tazuna replied cheekily. Kakashi growled out as he thought back to that fight. I will not make the same mistake twice. The team along with Tazuna moved towards the bridge and Naruto woke up a few minutes later and came downstairs. Ah, you are finally awake. Your team and Tusen went to the bridge. Your sensei said to stay here in case of any intruders. Naruto got dressed and put on his hooded cloak. For once, he was using his head. I will stay here until someone comes. Until then I will be upstairs, Tsunami-chan. The Jinchuriki moved upstairs while Tsunami began to wash the dishes with a small blush on her face, due to Naruto's suffix, and called Inari to help her. Bridge Team 7, along with Enko, reached the bridge to see Zabuza and a mysterious masked figure. Where is the kid? Zabuza asked. Kakashi replied as he and Sasuke stepped forward. He decided to stay home. You will have me to deal with. Zabuza replied, fine, I think I can have some fun, kicking your ass a second time. Chapter 4 Preparations and Tests. Zabuza declared Kirigakyu no Jutsu. The mist blinded the sight of Team 7 and Enko, but on the flip side, it was vice versa. Sakura, Takiko, Enko, stay and protect Tazuna, Sasuke and I will handle this, Kakashi ordered. Suddenly Kakashi flipped up his sharingan to see several hazing concentrated chakra forms roughly shaped in a person. Enko sat down and grinned as she thought, those two are going to get their asses kicked. If only I had popcorn. Wait, I do. She unsealed a fresh bag of popcorn and offered some to Tazuna, which he took graciously. Do it, Sasuke, the Jonin said. Okay, replied the last male loyal Uchiha. He took out 2 kunai from his pouch and slashed at the Zabuza clones. Well, the broody brat has some speed, why don't you play with him, Haku? The foe hunter ninja nodded silently and clashed with Sasuke for a bit. The two slashed at each other until they were caught in a standstill. You lose. What? We are both at a standstill. Yes, but however there are factors that support my declaration. First, the water surrounding us, and second, your hands are occupied, leaving you only one hand to defend yourself while I, on the other hand, can attack. Haku said in a feminine voice as she flipped through hand signs. Suetun, Sensatsu Sho. She shouted as she stamped down at the water. The water rose up in the air and surrounded Sasuke and Haku. Remember the training, focus my chakra and send it to my feet, the Uchiha thought. The needles crashed against Sasuke, but Haku was able to get away from the carnage. Suddenly she had to dodge 4 shuriken and Sasuke appeared behind her. You know, you aren't really that fast at all from now on, you will be dodging my attacks. Haku slashed at Sasuke, but he ducked and flipped in front of her. He struck at her and clashed against her saban, and then he took the kunai and threw casually at Haku's head. She ducked and met Sasuke's foot in her face from below. She skidded back towards Zabuza and then she got up, staring at Sasuke. Zabuza said in a whisper, you better hurry your ass up, kid, stalling for time ain't going to cut it. Flashback Thursday night. Naruto covered himself up in a hooded cloak, shadowing a thug back to Gato's hideout. The Jinchuriki held out one of Larksin's knives just in case he was discovered and silently moved into Zabuza's room. Zabuza-san, are you awake? Naruto whispered in the dark. Don't move, a feminine voice said to him from behind. The Jinchuriki looked behind him to see Haku with a saban at his back. I come in peace, lady. I am not a lady, I am a boy and you have a weapon, clearly you are not here for peace. Haku replied. Oh yeah, I am going to just waltz inside Gato's hideout, which is crawling with thugs without a small weapon, and I call bullshit on your boy declaration. Besides, you have seen me before, I was fighting your master, which is a good opponent. Zabuza ordered, that is enough, stand down, Haku, now what do you want, kid? Our fight is tomorrow. I know that while I was over here, I overheard Gato saying that he is going to betray you, and you know that if I use the full extent of my bloodline, I could possibly overwhelm you and kill you. So what do you suggest we do? Clearly, Kakashi and your sensei are not going to like you making back alley deals with the enemy. Naruto said, tough shit, I am a ninja and they should know that I would make deals with the enemy. Anyway, knowing Gato, he would want some insurance with dealing with us, so he will probably send thugs to the house. I will dispatch them while you stall for time, dealing with Ataki and Uchiha until I reach there, then I kill you too. Kill us? I don't like this plan at all. I mean, using a convincing clone. Every ninja village has a clone kinjutsu. Konoha has the shadow clone jutsu and Kiri has the blood clone jutsu. I know that it exists in Kiri, and you are the only one who has held it for 3 days on the record of the bingo book. After my team leaves, you two will stay here hidden and help Nami prosper, considering the fact that I will take over Gato's company tomorrow by planting myself as the successor. Your persona will be Jin Kazama, and Haku can keep her own name since nobody has seen her face at all. Zabuza said, that sounds like a good plan to me, but why are you making this up for? Simply, I hate my village. I am the Jinchuriki of the Kyubi no Kitsune, and they basically treated me like shit except for a handful of people. Basically my life is like the Kiri bloodline extermination, Naruto said, noting Haku's flinch. When the time is right, I will leave that place and establish my own village. This village will be one of the bases, but I will need money to do so, and I can protect you from Hunter Ninja since you will be classified as dead. You are making your own village? Zabuza said. Yes, no one will notice it until it is too late, hence the name of the village shall be the village hidden in the twilight. The leader will be named Kurikage. Kurikage, eh? Sounds ironic for your village. What is your name, kid? I never did actually catch it. My real name is Naruto X, but you will address me as Roxas for the time being. You have a deal, Roxas. Flashback ends. Haku, stop playing around and be serious, Zabuza ordered. Haku nodded and dark blue chakra surrounded her body for a moment, and stated as she made one unique hand sign, Hayatan, Makio Hyosho. The air became cold and immediately mirrors of ice appeared around Sasuke, and the Uchiha scoffed, big deal, I will melt those mirrors with my fire style. You picked the worst opponent to deal with. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu. Sasuke puffed out a large fireball that crashed against the mirror in front of him, only to see when the smoke was cleared, that the mirror was still there, only the edges were melted. That was a good attempt, but these mirrors are infused with my chakra. Is that all you got? So much for an Uchiha. Very well, I will let your death be swift since you don't want to shame your clan. She is a survivor of the bloodline purge, and she has got Sasuke in her grasp. Kakashi thought as he ran to save his golden ticket, but Zabuza appeared in front of Kakashi and swiped at him with his sword. Let the kiddies play, you get to dance with me, Kakashi. House Naruto heard Inari and Tsunami's screams and his eyes shot open. Finally they are here, now it begins, Naruto thought as he climbed through Inari's window to perch on the house. He saw Gato's samurai bodyguards, Waraji and Tori came out of the house with a struggling Tsunami. Inari ran after them and shouted, "Leave my mother alone." As the two were distracted, Naruto took out his two kunai and did a leap of faith, colliding with their bodies as well as knocking over Tsunami while stabbing them in their larynx. "Sorry about that, Tsunami-chan." He apologized as he helped her up. "Thank you, Naruto-kun," Tsunami said with a blush on her face, and Inari came up to hug his mother, Ka-san. "You two stay in the house and don't open up until I say the password. The code word is Kaiza, okay?" The two nodded and Naruto said to Inari, "Inari, you did well, you were very brave to stand up to those two. It seems the son has finally become the father." Inari grinned and Naruto gave him a smile for the first time and waved. "I will be back, wait for me." Naruto did a shunshin and moved toward the bridge, homing in on Kiko's signature since hers was the largest chakra source besides him. Meanwhile, Kakashi was not having a good time due to Zabuza's strategy. The mist was far too dense for his Sharingan to invoke its hypnotic stare. Also, to make matters worse, Zabuza's eyes was closed, and he was a master of silent killing without using his sight as well. Sasuke was not having a good time either. His fire-style jutsu was rendered useless. He couldn't track Haku's speed without his inactivated Sharingan, and he was getting turned into a human pincushion. Secretly, he wanted to be the one penetrating, not the other way around. Sakura couldn't watch anymore as she said to Takiko, "We must save Sasuke-kun, he is in trouble." Anko said, "Oh, I think that Uchiha has got her right where he wants her. Do you understand? He is going to die. Then why don't you stop being so useless and try to save your boyfriend?" "Fine." The Haruno didn't even register the hidden insult because she was running to the mirrors, screaming out Sasuke's name, and then threw a kunai at the mirror that Haku was at, but the ice user caught it in her hand, but suddenly a shuriken appeared and knocked her out of the mirror. "I am here to kick ass and eat bourbon chicken, and I am all out of bourbon chicken. Now let's see." Kakashi is getting his ass kicked and Duck Ass is getting his ass killed. "So who am I to save and potentially piss off?" Naruto said. Anko and Takiko smiled and Tazuna sighed in relief while Sakura shouted, "Baka, go save Sasuke-kun." Naruto shrugged as he went inside the mirrors. "Yo, Duck Ass, your girlfriend told me to come and save your ass, so I am here to save you." Go away, Dobe, I don't need your help," the Uchiha replied as he struggled to get up. "Really? Considering that you have a whole bunch of needles stuck all over your body, and this lovely lady her is unharmed really means you do need help." "Oh well," Naruto said, and then he walked around to the fallen Uchiha to suddenly punt him into the mirror that Haku was in. Sasuke was knocked unconscious while Haku got up groggily. "Naruto Baka, I said help Sasuke," Sakura screeched out. "No bitch, you said save him and I saved his ass from further humiliation and wasting energy, plus this give you an opportunity to have your way with him," Naruto replied, making Sakura run to grab Sasuke's body and moved away to do unspeakable things to him. "Perfect, she is going straight to my clone, which will knock her out for the next phase of my plan," Naruto thought as he turned to Haku, who tried to attack, but he knocked her down and had his spears surrounding her. "Now to deal with you," Haku said. "Go ahead and kill me." Suddenly Naruto heard a familiar noise and whispered, "Go, I will be there in a few, make sure you switch the Chisho Bunshin at the exact moment." Haku disappeared just as Naruto made his spears stab down at Haku. Then he said, "Stay here." He moved to the other side of the bridge to see Kakashi's hand enter Zabuza's chest, killing him instantly. The Hatake moved back, jerking his hand from the Jonin, and his summons disappeared. He picked up his scroll and took up Zabuza's sword, which had an electric shock seal with an extra tweak. Needless to say, Kakashi was shocked and the mist that covered his clothes made him go into unconsciousness. Then Naruto took out a wicked-looking kunai and tossed it to see it hinged into Zabuza. "Good, Hatake is down, Uchiha is down, the bitch is occupied and Haku has just knocked out Namikaze. All that is left is Gato," Naruto said. Then Gato appeared behind them with 100 mercenaries. "Well, it looks like you missed one, Zabuza. No matter since you are expendable as of now." Naruto took out his kingdom key while Zabuza took up Kubikiri Hocho from Kakashi's hand and hefted it on his shoulder. "Shall we?" Naruto asked. "Let's," Zabuza answered as they both charged and attacked the mercenaries. Gato moved in the back and the screams of agony and pain were heard by Tazuna and Haku, who winced at the screams as Naruto and Zabuza utterly annihilated the mob. Soon all of them were dead and all that was left was Gato. The little man pleaded, "Please, I will do anything, just don't kill me." Naruto smirked and said, "Here is a document that tells me that you sign your company over to me permanently. Do this, and you will be spared by me and Zabuza." Gato took the paper and signed it quickly on his knee, then gave it back to the Jinchuriki. "Good, now you can go and make sure that you never come back to Wave ever again," Naruto declared. The little midget ran while Naruto picked up a fallen kukri, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, Naruto threw the kukri straight in the middle of the bridge. Gato ran with a mask of fear and hate. I will be back. I will rebuild and kill that bridge builder myself, then I will find that kid and Zabuza to kill them as well. He ran toward Tazuna, Takiko and Anko and took out a knife hidden in his cane to attack him with a yell, but then he stiffened. WW what? Gato said in shock, but he promised not to ugh. The midget fell to the ground to find a kukri lodged in his back, thus ending the short life of Gato. Naruto walked toward them with Zabuza behind him and Anko shouted, Naruto, behind you. It's okay, Anko-sensei, he is with me. What? How did this happen? Thursday night, I snuck out and found Gato's hideout. I overheard Gato was going to betray Zabuza and you know Hataki would bitch about it, so I had to knock out my entire team and don't worry, Namikaze is not dead, she is in a death state just like Sasuke and Sakura are. Why are you doing this? Tazuna asked. I plan to leave the village soon. I don't think that they deserve my power at their disposal, so I wanted to make Wave one of my bases here and Zabuza will be the leader of the shinobi part, while you will serve as the leader of the civilians. Okay, but how are we going to do this without your team's knowledge? Naruto smirked, that is where my friend comes in. Now everyone that is asleep when my friend here activates her jutsu will lose their memory and replaces it with a different believable memory that I am thinking of. Wow, you thought of everything, Tazuna said. I know, also I have taken over Gato Industries, so now the economy in Wave will be added along with the trade since your bridge will be finished tomorrow. Tazuna nodded, but what is the drawback of the jutsu? They will get back only if they see you guys after a few years. I anticipated about 2 years. Naruto said, now let's get this over with. I can't let you do that, Naruto Anko said as she made a move toward her student, but he moved behind her and knocked her out. You have no choice at all, Anko-sensei lexicon, open! The book opened and expelled a silver blast, engulfing the whole village, and those who were asleep had a different memory. The Jinchuriki knelt to the ground, panting in exertion just as Zabuza and Haku held him up. All right, Zabuza, Haku, this is where we parted for now. Send me updates on the company and train hard until that day comes. Zabuza nodded, giving him his sword while Haku gave her scarf to further confirm the supposed death of Zabuza and his apprentice. A week later, after Sasuke, Takiko and Kakashi recovered from their injuries, Tazuna, along with the villagers, came to see them off. When I mean they came to see them off, they came to see Naruto off. Thank you, Ritaxan, for all you have done. You are always welcome anytime back in Wave, Tazuna said with a smile. Thanks, Tazuna-san, I will make sure to see this village again to visit. Oh, Inari, here, Naruto said as he handed Inari a wooden wakizashi. Practice using that. I left the real one on your mother's bed along with the scroll and I don't want you to use it unless it is an emergency. Tsunami-chan, stay beautiful, alright? Tsunami blushed a bit, and did something that surprised the whole crowd. She kissed Naruto on the lips and said, thank you for the compliment, and you stay handsome. The Jinchuriki nodded while blinking a bit as the reality sunk in him. Then he saw his team leaving and ran to catch up. While he was doing that, he left a Kage Bunshin to explain the memory loss of some people who were sleeping. He also told him about his plan and the populace accepted it wholeheartedly, and an establishment was made in Wave Country. The idea of the village hidden in the twilight was born along with the position of Kyokage as well. The 5 great countries would not expect this and Naruto would be the one laughing at their faces in the end. Konoha Team 7 returned to the village much to Naruto's displeasure. He saw that Mikoto, Kushina and Keiko were there, waiting for their respected children. Kaa-san, Takiko said to Kushina, running and hugging her tightly. Sasuke walked over to Mikoto and activated his Sharingan to the matriarch's surprise, since the Sharingan when activated for the first time was supposed to have only one tomo in each eye. Mikoto deduced in his mind that Sasuke must have activated it when he encountered Itachi and didn't realize it. Naruto didn't want to do it at all, but in order for the memory to coincide, he had to use his killing intent to make Sasuke activate it again. Come on, mother, I need to train now that I have the Sharingan in my possession. Naruto mouthed sorry to Mikoto and she nodded as she left with Sasuke back to their home. Kushina thanked Kakashi for taking care of her daughter and left with Takiko and Kakashi, looking a bit confused. Saya was a twitching mess. Her clothes were faded and torn a bit, her hair was askew and in her eyes, there was no life. When she saw Naruto, she began to rock and moan. Wow, she is a mess, better be careful around her since she looks like she could be mad. Naruto thought as he watched her. Sakura looked at Saya and instantly went to Naruto menacingly. She grabbed him by the scruff of Naruto's shirt and said, what did you do to her? What? You don't know? Oh yeah, after you became a ninja, you move into your own apartment. I suppose I could tell you that I may have indirectly caused your mother to lose your little brother. What have you done with Takashi? I swear if you have killed him, I will. He is not dead. I don't kill innocents. I did nothing anything, but expose the fact that your mother is unfaithful. She had an affair with Sasuke's father and got pregnant before she died, making your little brother, Takeshi Haruno, actually, Takeshi Uchiha, the stepbrother of Sasuke Uchiha. Sakura whispered, "No, that is not true, my mother wouldn't." "Everyone knows, so your mother has lost her seat on the council. Her reputation has been reduced to being the village's sex whore, and you have lost your father, who I believe he packed up and left the village to go to tea country. She can never see her son again, and you have no power to protect yourself from harm without risk of your mother's meddling." Sakura's eyes widened as Naruto's eyes turned a sickly yellow as he whispered, "Which means that I can make sure you will suffer in every way possible, that is." Sakura let go of his collar and screamed out, "You bastard! Goodbye, Haruno, your suffering has just begun," Naruto said as he walked home, leaving Sakura and Saya together. Hate residents the Jinchuriki came home to see Yugao and Hate home. "Hey, Nei-san and Ai-san, I see that you guys are back in one piece." Yugao replied as she hugged the boy, "Hello, Naruto, how was your mission?" The boy replied, "It was eventful. Kakashi was such a bastard, Duck-ass is more arrogant now that he has his Sharingan. I made Haruno become fearful of me since she can't be protected by her mother anymore." Gecko Hate nodded along with Yugao, who said, "Oh, by the way, the Chunin exams should be here in about 2 months, which we will be training extra hard, considering that you mess up the floorboards." Naruto paled as he replied, "But it wasn't my fault, Kushina tried to kill me. I will deal with her later, you still messed up the house involuntarily." "How the hell does that make anything sense?" Haitenai the Jinchuriki tried to gain the assistance of his brother, but he was nowhere to be found. Slumping his shoulders, Naruto subjugated to his defeat and trained with Yugao. Only his anger for the villagers and his fear of his older sister allowed him to survive. 2 months later, Team 7 went through many missions, D-rank missions, considering when Kakashi made his report about how they barely survived the A-rank, made the Hokage do the D-rank missions. Sakura was the same, but on the bright side, she was very quiet whenever she was in Naruto's presence. Takiko grew more powerful and learned Kenjutsu from her mother. She also became more determined to attract Naruto's attention and friendship, but something made her a bit jealous when she saw Tsunami kiss Naruto. Sasuke grew more powerful and in turn, more arrogant under Kakashi's private tutelage and his mother's own with the Sharingan. He was more anxious to fight Naruto or any strong opponents, but there were no strong opponents since he was stuck doing missions. As for Naruto, the Jinchuriki had mastered his ninjutsu to the extent and discovered that when he was in heightened emotion such as anger or pain, he broke the limiter of the seal and released Tomomi's chakra. Initially, if he drew more chakra, he would gain manic hair, bestial features, and crouch like a fox. He dubbed the cloak as the demon fox's cloak, and he was able to practice in this form for only an hour since his body parts would become numb. Of course, this was all under the supervision of Anko Mitarashi. The two of them become close after their 14th C-rank mission they had together. Flashback. Okay, Ritaxan, your next C-rank mission will be to find the Cross Bandits group. They have kidnapped the client's daughter along with other women and children for slaves. Your job is to infiltrate and neutralize them, Sarutobi said. How many are there and who is going with me? About 70 to 100, and only one person, your sensei Anko Mitarashi, will be only going with you. Good, but where is suddenly a window burst through to reveal Anko Mitarashi in his promiscuous glory. Sarutobi said, Anko, how many times have I told you to? You told 79 times, and no, I am not stopping until I feel like it. I like to make a flashy entrance, she said. Okay, scratch what I said when we met, I love this woman, Naruto thought to himself. Sarutobi pinched the bridge of his nose as the two left, but then he smiled as he thought, at least, I didn't tell them about how the higher up are ninjas. Hopefully both of them will be killed or at least crippled enough to place a loyalty seal on them. Outside of Konoha, Anko and Naruto traveled through the forest with Anko taking point. So, Ritaxan, are you excited to be here? Yeah, to be outside of that accursed village is exhilarating. You never felt like this before? Anko replied, Nah, not really, I have always liked to be near the village ever since. She paused for a moment, and Naruto finished. Since Orochimaru took you outside, you hated it. She stared at him and he commented, It is kind of obvious who your sensei is. You practically said that you want to kill a certain Sannin, and plus some of the villagers still resent you a bit, calling you snake bitch. He looked forward. Although he is psychotic, he does have the right idea in leaving the village. The former apprentice of the snake Sannin replied, Leaving? You plan on doing that? Naruto said, The thoughts had occurred to me. This village doesn't deserve my power since they chose to ignore my sacrifice. Even the Hokage feels like this. But I have people to protect in this village. I could care less about the majority. I bet the old fool gave you access to the seals that he placed on my body along with the elders when I was a baby. How did you? My tenant, the QB, knows the full extent of my body, and I have allowed its chakra to destroy them bit by bit over the years. They are all now completely useless. Anko opened her mouth to speak, but then she clutched her shoulder in minor pain. A parting gift from the snake, right? Enko nodded and the Jinchuriki said, "When we reach the town, can I see it in private?" "I don't know, I am uncomfortable with showing it to others." "That is fine, I just wanted to see if I can succeed where others have failed to do so." Enko looked at him darkly and hissed, "Nobody can break this seal, not even the old man." "What about Jiraiya? He is more adept at seals than him, despite that he is a pervert." "He couldn't do anything, not without the product or the blueprints of it." Naruto chose to drop the subject and the two moved through the trees. The Jinchuriki was secretly making plans involving the help of Orochimaru to free Enko from her curse. Town the two entered and quickly found the client. "My name is Akito. I need you two to rescue my daughter Tatsuki from the bandits. There are 4 generals in the bandits, they used to be ninja, but failed their graduation tests. Kenta Cross is their leader, and he used to be a ninja as well." So the old man withheld information about those 5 fine, Saratobi, they say that karma is a bitch. Naruto thought to himself. Enko was thinking the same thing as well, then Naruto said, "Fine, let's get this over with." "But we don't know where their camp is at," Enko said. "The bandits will mostly likely hide in the forest, or by a nearby cave close to town. We studied their patterns and they are camped at a cave about 7 miles northwest," the Jinchuriki said, "Judging by the sun, we will reach there at sunset. Good, time to kill some bandits." Edge of bandit camp. Naruto and Enko hid on a ledge to see the camp and the bandits were in a bit of a celebration at their 25th raid of the month. About 70 or 80 bandits, so how are we going to do this? Assassination or utter destruction? Naruto asked. "Wow, you are just as sadistic as me, I like it, but we will go with assassination. If the shit hits the fan, we will switch with destruction." "Alright, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu." 20 clones appeared behind the two and spread out into the forest. There, that should occupy them for a while. "You know, I have been meaning to ask you how you learned about the Kage Bunshin?" "I learned it from Kushinatin when she tried to maim me and I kicked her ass. Now we better get started. I am feeling anxious, plus I need to kill some steam since the villagers have been pissing me off lately." The Jinchuriki jumped off the edge of the cliff to fall upon 2 unaware bandit sentries, and killed them by giving them a kunai to the back of the neck. He silently weaved throughout the camp and then Enko was right beside him. "I hope your clones weren't selfish. They only killed about 2 each, so they are only about 30 left. Excuse me, 28. One of the generals is dead, caught him drunk and puking his guts out." Enko smirked. "Humph, the bastard couldn't hold his alcohol, that's funny. Anyway, I will take care of the generals while you take care of Kenta. One of them should know where they are. You know, the leader never comes out unless you can create a big enough distraction." "I thought you wanted to kill the rest of the bandits." "Nah, not my style, I prefer one-on-one and play with my prey for a while." "That is Kenta-kun. Have fun," Enko said as she disappeared into the earth when Naruto shook his head and stabbed a bandit in the back, covering his mouth to muffle his screams. He sheathed his kunai and said, "Now to go." Wild his weapons appeared and he picked up an orb and electricity coursed through his hands. Then he shot a red beam of energy at a tent, killing some of them. As bandits surrounded him, Naruto gave a little history lesson. This ethereal blades once belonged to a manipulative leader. His name was Zemnas, the superior of the in-between. Naruto charged at the bandits with them in his hands as the bandits converged on him only to meet their doom. Naruto slashed at a bandit on his left side and swung him in a 360 motion, catching 4 bandits, and covered them with electricity to slice them in half. Dark red blood spattered from their bodies and not one spot of it touched the Jinchuriki. The bandits kept coming and Naruto kicked one in the jaw and snapped his neck, then he stabbed one with his left ethereal blade. Naruto took 3 shots and the bandits dodged them to let them hit a tent filled with kegs of alcohol and an oil lantern fell on it, causing the makeshift home to explode and shards of glass pierced through the rest of the bandits, and wounded one in the arm. Naruto turned to look over at the remaining 5 bandits. "Which one of you are the generals?" The ones in the back flinched a bit, and Naruto smirked as he made the whirlwind lances pierce through them. One was still alive and Naruto asked, "Where are the women?" "Kenta's tent." "Good, thank you for your contribution," Naruto said just as he turned to the last bandit, and the bandit asked, "What are you?" "I am the 13 ninja, you shall be my messenger. Run and tell all who are bandits, tell them my name, and the events that have occurred here." The bandit nodded fearfully and Naruto said, but he took his lance quickly and slashed a mark on the bandit's arm, the mark of the Roman numeral 13. "Now you will carry my mark and may leave with your life." The bandit scurried off into the forest from the scene of Naruto standing in front of the burning tents with his weapons surrounding him and a strange symbol behind his back. Naruto made 15 Kage Bunshin to clean up the dead while as the real one strode into the cross tent. Turns out that the bandit was right, it wasn't hard to miss at all. The Jinchuriki opened the flap and searched until he found a trapdoor. He opened it to see the woman and children in rags. "It's okay, I am here to help. Which one of you is Tatsuki?" A blonde-haired woman in her early 20s with green eyes appeared and came forward and said, "I am." "Okay, good, you are still alive." Now I want everyone to form a single line, children first. One by one, the children were taken out first, and then the women. Now this Kage Bunshin will escort you back home, leave Kent across to me. The women and children followed the clone while Naruto tracked the destruction of the tent to find Anko torturing Kent across. Disappointed? Hell yeah, that bastard only knew a few jutsu waste of my time. How was yours? It was fun, I killed the rest of them and the general didn't use their jutsu because I killed them too quickly. Did you find them? Yeah, they are being escorted back to the town now, kill him and be done with it. Anko stabbed Kenta in the head with a kunai and left with Naruto back to the village to be welcomed back in open arms. Akito said, "Thank you for saving my daughter." Anko said, "No problem, just glad that they are all safe." Tatsuki ran up to Naruto and gave him a hug as well as a kiss to his surprise. "Thank you, mister." The Jinchuriki slowly returned the hug and a smile appeared on his face. "You are welcome, Tatsuki-san." "What are your names?" asked Akito. Anko Mitarashi. "My name is Naruto." Flashback ends. Naruto walked to see a boy from Sunagakure, wearing a black cat-like jumpsuit and carried a large bundle on his back while his teammate, a blonde four-pigtailed kunoichi with a giant fan on his back, watched as a kid hung helplessly from the Suna boy's grasp. Sakura and Takiko were there as well, trying to convince the puppet master to put down the boy. Naruto moved forward. "Do you mind putting the brat down?" "No, he bumped into me and now he is going to pay the price," the Suna boy answered. "Fine. But think about it, that boy happens to be the Hokage's grandson and two things will happen if you hit him. 1. You and your team will be banned from this year's Chunin exams, and 2. You will cause an international incident, causing the treaty to break, and we will go to war against you, so please feel free to hit the boy." The boy dropped Konohamaru to the ground and Naruto said, "Okay, now apologize." "What?" "Just do it," Kankuro the girl said. Kankuro said, "Sorry." "Ha!" Konohamaru said until Naruto slapped him upside his head. "Now you apologize, you stinking brat." Konohamaru fussed, "Why did you do that? Don't you know I am the Hokage's grandson?" Naruto slapped him again and said, "I know that you are the old bastard's grandson and I don't give a shit. Like I told your idiot of a grandfather, respect is earned, not given, regardless of what family you are from. Now apologize or I will let him beat you up and then have Ebisu train you until you drop." Konohamaru looked fearfully at Naruto's creepy smile and quickly said, "I am sorry for bumping into you." "There, now that we are all fine and dandy, what is your name, miss?" Naruto asked. "Temari, you already know about Kankuro." Naruto commented, "Pretty name for a pretty lady. So I am guessing that your other teammate is up in that tree, right?" Red hair, green eyes, emotionless face. Temari and Kankuro stiffened to see a red-haired, green-eyed boy with a gourd on his back along with an ever-present emotionless mask on his face. "I am surprised that you detected me at all," he said in a gravelly voice. Then he jumped down as he said, "Your eyes are the same as mine. What is your name?" "Sasuke Uchiha." Everyone turned to see the ever-arrogant Uchiha in the tree and jumped down to the ground in front of Naruto. "I didn't ask for yours, but you are interesting. I am Sabaka no Gaara. Ritaxan, the 13 ninja." Gaara replied, "I look forward to seeing you two in the exams." He and his team moved towards their hotel while Naruto moved away. "Ritaxan, what are these exams? Why are you asking me? I am the supposed dobe. Matter of fact, you figure it out since you are an Uchiha." On the next day, Anko met with Naruto and said, "Naruto, you can participate in the exams, but you must get a Jonin sensei other than me or your relatives to represent you and 2 other teammates to make a team." That is what the Hokage told all of the apprentices in session. The Jinchuriki knew that Tenen would be there with her team indefinitely. So he couldn't ask her. He knew that Ain would go with him if he asked, and now he needed a third teammate. As he walked through the courtyard, he overheard a young girl's angry voice yelling and looked to see that it was his old teammate Ami. She had changed over the months. She now wore a black cheongsam and grew her hair a bit longer to end at her shoulder blades. Apparently her 2 teammates were afraid of taking the Chunin exams, and she was trying to convince them to join, but to no avail. Her Jonin sensei was Ko Hyuga, the known bodyguard of the heiress Hinata Hyuga. Naruto smirked as he thought, "I have found my third teammate, now won't everyone be all surprised to see me?" He walked up to them and said, "Excuse me." The 4 of them turned to look at Naruto and Ami addressed him in surprise, "Ritaxan-san, what are you doing here?" The Jinchuriki replied, "Well, I was walking home until I heard someone yelling at her scared teammates." She seemed pretty frustrated. Ami blushed a scarlet red and Naruto continued, "Anyway, I plan on going to the Chunin exams myself along with an older genin who wasn't able to because she is in an apprenticeship and I can't go with my team because it is only a 3-man team. So I was wondering if you would like to join us." Ami replied quickly, "Yes, I would like to join you guys in the exams." The Jinchuriki turned to Ko and asked, "Is it okay if I can borrow your student for this event? I promise that I will protect her with my life during them, but the decision is ultimately up to you, sir." Ko was a bit wary of the pariah of Konoha because of the QB sealed inside of him and the fact that he killed civilians without mercy. But they were killed in self-defense, and he had heard nothing but good things from Enko, and more clients were coming in due to the fact of Naruto's extermination of the bandit groups. Including the notorious Joker gang was not safe from his wrath. Ko answered, "Why not, Ritaxan, just don't make me regret my decision." Naruto bowed to the Hyuga. "Thank you, and I will make sure that you won't. I will have the slips by tomorrow, and you can sign them by then. Meet at the academy building by 12:30 at least. It officially starts at 1 though." Ami nodded her consent and Naruto left to get the slips. The next day, Naruto, Ain and Ami arrived early and Naruto said, "Okay, I registered our team name to be Outcast. Now what are your strengths and weaknesses?" Ain replied, "My strengths are ninjutsu, kenjutsu and genjutsu. My weaknesses are fighting close-range fighters since my taijutsu sucks." Ami stated, "My strengths are taijutsu and ninjutsu, my weakness is genjutsu. My strengths are taijutsu, kenjutsu and for some reason, I am immune to genjutsu so my weakness would be ninjutsu since I hardly use it. Pretty much, we cover all of our weaknesses as a team, we should be good now, let's get in there, it is 12:45 now." The 3 genin walked inside to see Team Guy arguing with 2 genin blocking the door, and a large group of them were watching. Ami moved to help, but Ain held her back. "We have to help them." "No, Lee is the fastest and strongest genin in the terms of taijutsu besides Niji Hyuga, who was the rookie of the year in our class last year. They are faking to be weak, so people would underestimate them." Naruto replied in a whisper. "On another note, those genin are actually chunin in a henge. I see them every time on gatekeeper duty. Plus there is a genjutsu on the sign that says we are on the 3rd floor, but we only went up on 1 flight of stairs, we're on the 2nd floor." Ami said, "But shouldn't we tell them?" "Nah, Niji has the Byakugan and they can see through genjutsu. They probably noticed it too and are trying to use it to their advantage. It is a test. If you can't recognize a crappy genjutsu as a team, you are not fit to enter here. Don't worry, we are here to help each other with our weaknesses," Ain said in a reassuring tone. "Then let's go to the real room," Ami said silently. Team Outcast moved upstairs and Team Guy noticed them out of the corner of their eyes. Naruto gazed at Tenten and winked at her, making her smile a bit. As they went upstairs and walked through the doors, every foreign ninja and Konoha veteran genin looked at them menacingly. Naruto did a Jin smile at the intimidation act and directed his killing intent throughout the room, making everyone avert their eyes except Gaara, who had a psychotic smile on his face. "So you are here, Ritaxan, Ami, and who is this?" Shikamaru said as Team 10 walked up to them. "Ain Uchiha, I graduated last year." Naruto replied, "So you 3 are taking the exams as well? I figured that you would be the ones who would wait until next year." Shikamaru said, "Blame Ino and Asuma-sensei." When she heard that Sasuke was also taking the exams, she jumped on at that, and Asuma-sensei wanted us to get serious about being a ninja. "You can't blame him." Ami commented, "You were too lazy to train and Choji would rather eat than train at all. Ino has some skills since she was trained by her father, but she is still a fangirl. Matter of fact, where is she?" Shikamaru, Choji, along with Team Outcast turned to see Ino hugging Sasuke from behind. "Do you have to ask? Well, we better go and extract Ino with a crowbar." Sasuke sneered at Ain. "I see, you got your bitch to join." Naruto's eyes darkened. "Before you finish that sentence, Sasuke, my question is, do you want to die today or for me to pierce your eyes? Because it would be a real nice present for me to give to your brother once you're dead, and I think he would be delighted to have an extra pair of eyes on spare in case he loses one of them." Sasuke became fearful over losing his eyes and shut up, just as Kiba's voice came to their ears. "Yahoo! Found you, looks like the gang is all here." Shino said, "Hello, Ritaxan-san?" "Hey Shino, how have you been?" The Aburame replied, "I have been fine. This team has been very pleasant except for Kiba-san's constant strategy of hit first, plan later deal on every mission." Suddenly a genin with silver hair and a believable smile, which instantly reminded Naruto of Mizuki, came up to them. "You guys must be rookies, considering that you can't keep your voices down at all. Those A ninja on your left have very short tempers." Ami asked, "And your name is?" "Oh, how rude of me, my name is Yakushi Kabuto. Since you are rookies, I will share my information on the exams." Ain inquired, "This is not your first time?" "No, since the Chunin exams are biannual, this will be my 7th time doing the exams." Kabuto answered the female Uchiha. "Wow, you are pretty weak," Kiba commented. Naruto thought to himself, "Okay, believable smile, check giving out information freely without a catch, check 7th time doing the exams, yet with Jonin level chakra, check? Yeah, something is telling me not to trust this kid or underestimate him. His smile reminds me of Mizuki way too much." Kabuto pulled out a deck of cards. "My ninja info cards hold a ton of information on about the exams here and they respond to my chakra only." He drew a card and sent chakra into it to reveal how many teams were here from each country. Sasuke asked, "Do you have information on individuals?" Kabuto nodded and the Uchiha said, Sabaka no Gaara, Rock Lee, Rutaxan and eyeing Uchiha the silver-haired genin drew 4 cards and stated, Rock Lee, 20 D rank and 12 C rank, his taijutsu is very high, but everything else is non-existent. His teammates are Niji Hyuga and Tenten. He took the next card, Sabaka no Gaara, 8 C rank and 1 B rank, his abilities are unknown and it is said that he has never been hurt on any mission at all. He drew the next card and said, eyeing Uchiha, 24 D rank and 8 C rank, roughly she is well-rounded with her kenjutsu, ninjutsu and genjutsu. Her sensei is Gecko Hate and she has no teammates. He drew the last card and said, lastly, Rutaxan, for D rank, 32 C rank, 1 B rank, 1 A rank. Alias, the 13 ninja, bad luck destroyed the renowned Joker gang members from 200 to 1 by himself, and walked away without a scratch or speck of blood. He is fairly well-rounded in all points, but his genjutsu is almost non-existent. He is ranked in the bingo book by Kusugakure as a C-rank ninja. Everyone gaped at Naruto's information and Kiba whistled, damn, you went to work and how come you only have 4 D ranks? I never got paid for them, so in compensation, I was well within my rights to take jutsu at that equivalent level. Kabuto said, Konoha, Kiri, Suna, Kusa, Oto and Aim are the ones participating in the exams, all filled with skilled ninja like Rutaxan-san here. Suddenly the door bust open to reveal a man with a military suit and a black trench coat as well as a Konoha bandana, flanked with 2 score of Chunin operatives. I am Ibiki Marino and as of now, you are all my bitches now. You will all draw lots to see where you are assigned to be seated. Everyone will be separated true to his word. Everyone was separated and Naruto ended up next to Hinata and some random ninja from Suna. Ibiki said, don't turn over the tests until I tell you to do so. First, we must go over the rules and no questions will be answered, so listen carefully. You each start with 10 points, the test has 10 questions, if you miss one, then you have 9. The second rule is that it is a team test to see if how much your test can hold up to 30 points. Sakura shouted, I don't understand this system and why it is a team test. Ibiki barked, if you shut the fuck up, I can tell you. Why the fuck I say no questions will be answered until I am done. The man calmed down and continued, the third and most important rule is that if anyone who is caught cheating will have their points subtracted by 2 points. One of the proctors commented, we have our eye on you guys. The crowd looked a bit shaken as Ibiki said, realize that the weak ones who get caught are destroying themselves. As shinobi trying to become Chunin, be proud ninjas. The final rule is that if a teammate don't answer all questions correctly or loses all points will fail along with their 2 teammates. Sakura thought, what? Ibiki said, you will have 1 hour to complete the test begin. The genin turned over their tests and began scribbling their answers. The Jinchuriki just sat and answered the questions with the help of Tomomi's knowledge. He looked in the corner of his eye to see Sasuke using his sharingan to copy an undercover Chunin's movements. Why is he cheating? Wait a minute, Ibiki-san gave us plenty of freebies to cheat. So maybe the true test is that he wants us to cheat and not get caught. He thought to himself. Hinata and Niji with their Byakugan, Gaara used his third eye, Tenten used the mirrors to give Lee the answers, Kankuro used his puppet Karasu, disguised as a proctor to pass answers to Temari, Ino used the Shintenshin no Jutsu on Sakura, then gave Shikamaru and Choji the answers via Jutsu. Soon over the hour, 13 teams failed the exam being caught cheating. Ibiki said, okay, now we begin the 10th question, but I must apply the added rules for this question. Kankuro walked back in with the Chunin, you had fun playing your doll. The puppet master stiffened, he knew about Karasu? Ibiki continued on, the rules are for you to decide to take it or not. Temari yelled, choose? What happens if we say no? Ibiki's eyes darkened, that's easy, you fail. Your points turn to 0, and your team is evicted from the exams. A random genin shouted, what the hell does that supposed to mean then? Of course we will take it. Ibiki smirked, if you answer incorrectly you will never be able to take this exam again. Kiba shouted, you can't do that, there are guys here who took this exam before. Ibiki smiled darkly, that year, they didn't have me, so it is my rules now, but if you choose not to take it, you will be able to take it next year. Another random genin shouted, this is bullshit. Ibiki turned to her, tough shit, you son of a bitch. Now there is anybody who doesn't want to risk the 10th question, please raise your fucking hand. One by one, genin dropped out and were escorted out the door. Ibiki asked, anyone else? Nobody moved and then Ibiki spoke, are you sure you want to take the risk? If you get this question wrong, you'll remain a genin forever. Nothing. Ibiki looked at the crowd, now sporting looks of confidence, interesting these teams have a lot confidence and spirit. The jonin thought to himself. Time to give them the final verdict. The scarred man said, for those of you remaining here you pass. The genin all shouted, say what? Sakura asked, then what about the 10th question? Ibiki answered with a smile, your choice to take the question was the 10th question. Temari shot out, so what about the other 9 questions you gave us, what was their purpose? The torture and interrogation leader said those questions were not for a genin to answer unless you are a genius, forcing you to cheat, so we had 2 or more chunins located near you to help up out. Those who cheated poorly failed. Ibiki chose this time to untie his bandana to reveal his scarred hand full of burns and screw holes, because at times, information is more important than life, and people will risk everything to get it. Sasuke thought, the after effects of torture. Ibiki retied his bandana. If the enemy notices you, there is no guarantee that the info will be accurate. Information can be a powerful weapon for your country and teammates. Temari said, but I still don't understand the final question. Ibiki sighed, the 10th question is based on a choice, a leap of faith that could make you or break you. The ability to face any hardships and be perilous is the qualifications for a chunin. So I wish you guys luck. Naruto smirked at him, and to his surprise, Ibiki returned the smirk. Interesting kid, Ibiki thought. Suddenly Ibiki detected movement at the window to find a banner flung into the room. It began to unwind to reveal a woman in a fishnet and long-sleeved beige trench coat. It was Anko Midarashi, and she looked to see Naruto holding up a board with a large 10 on it. I am Anko Midarashi, the proctor of the second phase of the Chunin exam. Follow me to training ground 44. Forest of Death. This is the Forest of Death, Anko stated. Ami whispered, it doesn't look like much to me. Suddenly a kunai whizzed past Ami's head, scratching her cheek, and the snake's former apprentice appeared behind her to lick the blood from her cheek. Never underestimate nature. She has the ability to fight back and spill that precious lifeblood of yours. Naruto chuckled, okay, sensei, quit teasing her. Must you ruin my fun? Yes, for now you do have to explain the rules. Anko regained her composure. Well then, before we start the exam, you have to sign these papers. There will be deaths in this one, and if you don't sign these, it will be my responsibility. I am going to explain the test, and then you can sign them. After that, each team will check in at that booth behind me. She handed Naruto the waiver forms and he passed them out as she said, simply put, you will attempt the ultimate survival. First, I will explain the area. There are 44 gates exactly, and there is a forest, a river, and a tower in the center. Each gate is exactly 10 kilometers away from each other. During the survival in here, you will be asked to complete a certain task. Using the weapons and jutsu that you have, you will compete in a no-rules scroll battle. You will fight over these 2 scrolls, heaven and earth. Since there are 26 teams here, half will get heaven and the other will get earth. To pass this test you must reach the tower with both scrolls. Sakura muttered, so half of the teams will definitely fail because of this requirement. Anko said there also is a time limit. The test will last for 5 days. Ino shouted, 5 days? Choji said, what about food? Naruto chuckled, just like Choji to always think with his stomach, the fat ass. Anko said, you are on your own. The forest is filled with food. You just have to watch out for the man-eating beasts, poisonous plants, poisonous insects, etc., and 13 teams passing is not likely. As the days progressed, the time to rest is shorter and the distance to the goal is farther. Plus the area is filled with enemies, you will not get that much sleep. So you can fail not only for losing the scroll, but the harshness of the course. She smiled. Now let's talk about what will disqualify you first, those who don't make to the tower within the 120-hour time limit. Second, those who lose a teammate, or have their teammate killed. As a rule, there is no quitting in the middle of the exam, so if you are going to be a chicken, don't sign those papers. You will be in the forest for 5 days, and also you can't look inside the scroll until you make it to the tower. Shikamaru asked, what happens if you do? Anko said, why spoil the surprise when you can dare to find out yourselves? Chunin are asked to handle classified information. This is to test your trustworthiness. That is it. Exchange your 3 forms for your scroll, and then choose a gate to get ready for the start. Naruto smirked as he already signed his on the spot while Anko was explaining the rules. Anko said, oh, and a final word of advice, just don't die. Team Outcast was placed at gate 78 and burst through the gate. Naruto activated his bloodline to take out 2 weird weapons. They were ranged weapons known as arrowguns, a peculiar type of laser gun with traits similar to crossbows and handguns, wielded by Zigbar, known as the sharpshooter, who used spatial manipulation to freely direct his projectiles from the weapons. The 3 genin stopped on a large branch and Ain said, okay, splitting up would be a bad idea in this case. If we stay together, we would attract more attention, so we should move in a line. I will take point since I have the sharingan, and it can see a bit farther than your eye, and in case of any ninjutsu or genjutsu. Ami, you are next and Naruto will cover the rear. Ami questioned, Naruto? My real name, the higher-ups know it, but they called me Ritaxan because I told them that they were not worthy of knowing it at all. Only a few select people know it, and can say it without repercussions, but I can trust you with the knowledge of my name, Ami-san. I will, Naruto, but I can seem to understand why you are disliked so much by the villagers. Naruto and Ain looked at each other and nodded. The Jinchuriki replied slowly, the reason is that the Kyubi no Kitsune on October 10th, my birthday, shared along with Namike's, was not killed on that day, it was sealed into me. What? That is impossible, Ayami said as she stumbled a bit. It was a lie to cover it up and protect my generation, so I could have friends. The Bijou are demons and masters of chakra manipulation. Since their bodies can be manipulated into a human form, or their true form, they are beings of pure chakra, which is poison to us since it is essentially different than our makeup. The ones above 6 tails must be sealed into a newborn. The Yandane could have sealed into his daughter or Naruto on that day, and he chose Naruto. Ain said, so the question is, will this knowledge affect you to cooperate with us, Ami? We can quit if we want to. Ami said, I will think about it. This is a lot to take it though. Think about it later. We got company and it seems that they are from Kusagakure. Team Outcast stopped and turned to see 2 girls and a boy. One of the girls were in the middle, acting as team leader obviously. Are you Ritaxan, the 13 ninja? The boy asked from his position. Yes, Naruto answered. Who wants to know? I'm Dappo Asakura. The girl on the opposite side stated, I'm Michiko Himura. The girl in the middle said, I'm Shiwo Hitsuwa. Dappo was wearing a green shirt and blue Jonin-style pants. He had red flaming hair and blue eyes. Shiwo was a purple-haired girl who had an athlete build and brown eyes. She wore a brown mandarin collar shirt and matching pants. Michiko had light green hair and gray eyes, had a long-sleeved leather jacket and red pants. Her hair covered one side of her feminine face and carried a double-bladed sword on her back. I will take Michiko, Ain said, and Naruto took out the earth scroll from his pouch and began to spin it on his pointer finger and catch it in his hand while he was staring at the Kusa team. Shiwo took out their own, which luckily happened to be a heaven scroll. Take them down, Ami. You take Dappo and Ain, you can take your opponent. I will take Shiwo, Naruto said. Team Outcast got ready and sprang at their designated opponent. Ain and Michiko. Ain drew her katana and blocked an attack from Michiko's double-bladed sword. The Uchiha ducked under the female Kusa ninja's kick and slashed at her feet only for Michiko to step back. Ain followed her and slashed at her neck, but she ducked and slashed at Ain's side only for Ain to block and knock the edge downwards. As the Uchiha moved to cut into Michiko, she blocked with the other side and instinctively moved to the other side to protect her right side. The 2 opponents spun away from each other in a flourish and clashed once again. You are good. Who taught you this style? Michiko asked curiously. My sensei, Gekko Hate. Michiko's eyes widened for a bit. I see, so the rivalry begins once again. My sensei is Ogawa Nomura. Our teachers were rivals back in the Chunin exams 12 years ago. Funny, I guess we will be the ones to finish what they started, correct? Ain said. The 2 clashed once again. Ami and Dappo. The 2 circled each other, and Dappo finally said, personally I wanted to fight Ritaxan. Why did your village put Ritaxan-san in the bingo book as a C-class ninja? He only killed a few bandit camps. Ami asked. Kusa uses the bandits as a cheap police force to keep order like the Uchiha used to be in your village. Your friend Ritaxan is a mild threat to our village. Dappo said, it is one of the main reasons why we are at the Chunin exams, to either cripple or kill him. You mind giving us some information on him? Ami bit her lip and then slowly got into her stance. Unfortunately I can't. I don't believe that you actually beat him, considering that he is the strongest genin from my class. 2, without him, I wouldn't be here and I don't sell out my comrades. The boy replied, I guess we will have to find that out and beat the information out of you. He attacked her with a punch, but Ami blocked it and sent out punch of her own. The male Kusa ninja caught it and went for a headbutt, but Ami leaned her head back to avoid it and kicked him in the torso, sending him back. He groaned in pain as Ami settled back in her stance again and pulled on her gloves. She ran at Dappo and caught him with a palm thrust to the chin, then punched him in the gut to let his head meet her knee, and lastly performed a back kick to make him fly into the tree with great force. How was that? Ami asked with a smirk. Dappo was stuck a bit into the tree with blood dribbling down the side of his mouth and pulled himself out of the tree. He chose to take out a few splinters and spat out blood as he said, damn, you hit hard, but considering I have teammates that hit me on a regular basis. Humph, I guess I should thank them. Then the boy crouched and started to do something crazy. He began to dance. His left foot stepped behind him and then his right one, and his arms were always in front of his chest. Capoeira, eh? Ami thought, I guess I shouldn't play around either. Good thing that nice old man gave me that taijutsu scroll. Ami switched her stance up into an ancient style called Wing Chun. Shiwo and Naruto, the 2 circled each other slowly for a moment, and Shiwo attacked by sending kunai at Naruto, who quickly shot them down with his arrow guns. So you have a bloodline, she deduced. This is the reason why you are called the 13 ninja, because you have 13 weapons to use, eh? Correct. I am guessing you are trying to find some weakness, so I can fight actually and see my skills, or kill me, that is if you can, right? That is correct. You know, I am not going to stop killing them. Shiwo replied in a sigh. To be honest, I could care less. The reason why the Kusakage wants you dead is because of the fact that the leader of the Joker bandits was his older brother. The Kusakage would hire the Jokers, which had others under their control to enforce its control over the village. I believe that he needs to die, the black-hearted tyrant. Naruto asked, would you like me to assassinate him for you? Shaiwo looked at him and said, he is a powerful shinobi, he is hard to approach. So was his brother, who is the Kyuzakage. Akane Ishimoto. Good, I will see if I can get out of the village to do it. Thank you for compensation, here is our heaven scroll, we already caught an extra set earlier. I will be seeing you soon, relax and ask around for me when you reach. Shaiwo released a flare, which made Michiko and Dappo appear beside her with a shunshin. We are done here, Shaiwo said simply, let's go to the tower now. The Kusa team left the area just as Ain, along with Ami, came to Naruto. You two okay? He asked. A bit shaken up, but we are okay. Why didn't they ambush you? Ain asked. I offered to assassinate their leader, the Kyuzakage. Apparently, Shaiwo is part of a rebel faction that hates the Kyuzakage. Ami said, shouldn't you tell the Hokage about this? No, if I do, then the Hokage will not do anything. He is a man of peace. Talks than violence. This man has done nothing but oppress his subordinates. A leader should care about his people, all of them. I am going to have to be discreet about this. Ami nodded reluctantly and Ain said, did you at least get their scroll? Yep, she said they had an extra set. They work fast or they were just lucky to get the teams off guard. Ami said, great, now we can go to the tower? The three of them moved through the forest for a few hours to reach the tower and walked into the empty room to see a plaque with a quote written by the third Hokage. Ami said, Earth and heaven, maybe we should open the scrolls now. Good idea, we are at the end of the road. Ain said. Naruto took out the scrolls and handed the scrolls to the two girls. They gingerly opened the scrolls to see the kanji 4 person and Naruto recognized it and said, throw it away. It's a summoning scroll. Ain and Ami threw the scrolls in a corner, and a plume of smoke appeared to reveal a Chunin. She immediately attacked Naruto, who used the space ability from Zigbar to dodge her attack. I will kill you! The woman shouted. Stay back, don't interfere in this. Naruto shouted as he switched to a new ability, and out of his sleeves came out 4 kunai knives and Naruto held them in between his fingers. Fodre, wielded by Larxene, the savage nymph. She was the fastest of the organization and the most sadistic of the bunch as well. Shame, I would love to meet her to exchange torture techniques, but sadly she is dead. Now who are you? I'm Tsubaki. I still don't know who the hell you are though. I was Mizuki's fiancé until you killed him. Oh yeah, you are the one that Iruka-sensei mentioned. I guess you want revenge, eh? Tsubaki said, what does it look like? Sorry miss, but I ain't going to die, and since you were stupid enough to try to kill me. Right-un, Kajabushi. Suddenly lightning came down and Tsubaki was struck down by it. The lightning coursed through her body with the kunai that she had in her hands helped her stage her own death. That is all folks, let's go. Naruto said to his teammates. Ain looked at Ami, who was shocked at Tsubaki's death. He had to deal with people trying to kill him when he was younger, but when he got his bloodline he made them stop, and when people declared that they would kill him he killed them in cold blood, but the ones that said to maim or torture, he just humiliated them. I just don't want to be in his way when someone pisses him off. Hakureisaiga. Now the Chunin exams are underway. Who will Naruto fight? What is his next plan to establish more power? Next time, Deals and Fights. Spoiler alert. If you don't like them, please do not proceed past this line. What if Naruto has power of Sharingan and council bashing? Thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoyed this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.